Time's up. Admiral.
Here it comes.
Fade in.
When it comes to fans, it is a fan's right to have whatever opinion they want to have.
This girl looks like Jed. Let's cut the end of the movie. This girl looks like Jed. Period. Except she got the long hair. Only thing that's missing is the beard. She looks like Jed. I'm not into Jed. Jed's my homie, but I would never want to do things to his face, neck, or chest.
But I'm so apathetic to Star Wars that this episode could have featured Yoda riding on a dildo being wielded by R2-D2, and I would have the same reaction.
Well, we're talking about people who have serious sexual orientation and gender identity problems. And I'm not talking, and when I say sexual orientation, I don't mean, a dude who likes a dude and a chick who likes a chick. We're talking about people who think that they're non-binary and they don't know how to play with their holes and shit like that.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Every video from now to the end of time would be some dude wearing a dildo strapped onto his forehead, getting beat to death with a machete.
Let that define it, because there was other stuff that defined all these franchises we love before the likes of Disney or Kurtzman or any other one took them over and, fucked them in the ear. So in the ear, that it hurts. It would hurt.
It doesn't just hurt.
Oh my God.
It would kill you.
God, heaven. Not the ear.
I thought you said Star Wars isn't dead.
Well,
and you don't like that.
No,
that metaphor makes it true.
No, Disney Star Wars. Don't let them. And that's what you do to Disney Star Wars.
That's what we're doing to Disney Star Wars now. When did this be about us?
I meant the metaphorical we, the royal we, the world.
No, we.
We in somebody's ear. Like, what are we doing?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And Dre, what's the most successful business in the world? Essentially,
prostitution.
I'm still jerking off in front of my console.
Yeah,
Adam, your hair's already short. I like it shorter. Okay.
Should I cut my hair?
You're gonna have to eventually.
Someday.
Once
it gets to my ass.
This week I binged Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos.
And you binged it right out of your
week and you forgot it?
You consumed it and you binged it right out, huh?
Yep, and I definitely took a nice good country dump and it came right out along with it.
Bella Ramsey's non-binary though, so the Hollywood
Shut up!
Reporter isn't
That is an ugly little
identity.
woman with the face of a mongoloid. Okay? That's what she is.
She does look like a changeling.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Yeah, that stuff is already in the discount bin.
He's a $1 billion property. Don't you understand? He's $1 billion. No, Warner Brothers is doomed. They can't take care of themselves. They're a limbless infant on the street begging, help me, please. But no one's going to do it because it's a goblin baby. So no one wants it. Point is, anybody that picks up that goblin baby, it's a diseased baby, and it's going to poison your entire company too because you're also dumb and stupid and you don't know what you're doing. Now, if you were smart, you could put cybernetics on it, create a little monster, run around here, then we have a lot of fun. But they're not that smart to make it even a cybernetic goblin baby that could cause destruction. That'd be fun. But here we are.
I love this metaphor.
Here we are.
Cybernetic.
We have nothing
that's
but
what Apple was describing. Dre was describing with Apple. That's cybernetic, baby.
Cybernetic goblin baby.
You get nothing. You lose.
I want some real Greeks.
They're not making another Quiet Place, are they?
Apparently
it's the fourth one because there was a prequel too.
Oh, well,
I saw all those movies and I hate them all.
Really? Even
Yes.
the first one?
Yes, especially the first one. First one makes me sick to my penis. I hate that freaking movie. I think Odyssey will make money. Let me say that. I think Odyssey will make money.
Out a profit,
Yeah,
but it's
Odyssey
going to
will make
be it's going to be a hard, rough, break your anus profit.
Ooh,
That's what's going to be. You haven't had enough water. You haven't been drinking. You're not moisturizing. That's just going to tear you apart when it comes out.
hey yo.
You know what I'm talking about.
Look, I got IBS. You ain't got to tell me.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
It's not gonna be pretty.
Break
So-
your anus. Golly.
In those
I'd work
special
with
shows.
Haley Atwell every day.
But
With two hands even.
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
And these tool bags wouldn't know quality if it walked up and motorboated them. Because, you're going to motorboat quality.
Wait, what?
Quality boobs. You want to motorboat quality boobs.
There we go. All better now. Man, titties are the greatest things on earth.
Oh, that pooping Odyssey clip is not aging well in this moment. It is not at all. Anyway, howdy all. Welcome to the round table where I'm going to be admitting I'm wrong about stuff today. And that doesn't make me happy, but I can do that. Anyway, thank you all for being here. It's going to be a rough one. Not like that. Anyway, let's go say hi to everybody. Hi, Jed. See, there's a toss. Easy one.
there's the toss. Well, it's great to be here. It is a terrible time, though, to be a fan of anything. I don't think we have any positive news this week. None that at least I would consider positive. And for you, I will say, though, I think you were right in that clip. You were right about something. There was some break your anus stuff going on. It just wasn't their anus. It was yours. So you're still right.
No comment. No comment. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. But how you doing? You okay?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
All right. Dre, you made it. That means you don't have to do the buffer stuff. So,
Yes,
you're here.
yes,
Hi.
I made it. I had to, break a couple ankles and get here on time. So I made it. Hooray!
We're gonna be eating
Right,
crow
I'm
today, dude. We're gonna be eating
I'm
crow
doing
today.
I'm doing well, and I have a lot to talk about because especially in regards to the Odyssey's overwhelming explosive success. I actually got to sit down and talk to normies. So this was
Jed was just talking about that, and he hasn't heard enough normie reactions. So I'm very interested to hear what they have to say.
Yes,
I have thoughts
yes,
on what's going on here. So
yes, and I have information. So this is
okay.
This is gonna be good. It's gonna be good. But other than that, I'm doing fine.
Feeling better this week?
All right. Yeah, I'm definitely better than I was last week. The dirty Mexican food. So
What?
I'm feeling a whole lot better.
He ate something
Whole lot
that
better.
didn't pass well.
Yeah,
no.
that
A
A
junk
little too
did
much
not-
lettuce in his food.
I know, right? Yeah, that toxic lettuce that they got, that junk came right up through my mouth and nose. That junk was horrid.
Oh,
Horrid. But now I'm doing a lot better. So I'm
that's
feeling
good.
feeling good.
That's good.
Feeling good.
Anyway, and hey, Beardo.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
How you doing?
I told the guys backstage I'm here for my tri-monthly episode of the Roundtable here. I'm mainly here because I wanted to talk to Dre.
Uh-oh.
Well, who doesn't? He's the
Yeah.
light of our life.
I love Dre, dude.
Anyway,
Oh,
how you doing, Beardo?
I'm doing good, man. I'm chilling. It is storming bad outside. Bad. Jed, I don't know if it's up in your area yet, but it will be if it's not. It is.
We've gotten some
dumping.
thunder, but not bad yet.
Oh,
We
it's
can
right
see it on
above
the
my head
horizon,
right now.
though.
My power, I could just leave and glitch out at any moment, dude. I'm expecting my power to go out at some point today. It's pissing outside.
Yeah. Looks like I'm going to get that rain tomorrow. So, anyway, all right. Well, it's always lovely to have Beardo here. We love Beardo. Anyway,
Thank you, guys.
all right,
Thank
and
you.
it's going to be a good one. We got a good one. I'm sure you've got lots of thoughts on this stuff today, too. Especially, we are going to go over the Odyssey's meteoric second week. Listen, I'll say it. Got it wrong. I got it wrong 6 ways from Sunday. But you know what? I have enough integrity and honesty to say that I got it wrong. My predictions were all off. I said The hold wouldn't. I said the hold would be a particular thing. We'll get to in a second. The hold was way off from what I said.
Yeah.
Last week we talked about it, and Dre said tough climb to 750. Well, it's almost there.
Yeah. It is.
So
it is exploding, and now I understand why.
It literally doesn't matter what Spider-Man does to it.
Yeah. We said Spider-Man's gonna slap it down. No, so we got it all wrong.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's a good movie.
No,
we got it all wrong.
We got it wrong, just like the dinosaurs looked up and saw a shooting star and said, it's going to be fine, and then everything exploded. That's the stage that we're at right now.
Absolutely.
So we're going to go over Odyssey's box office, and we're going to give it one more legitimate conversation, and then I'm closing the book on it, because what's the point after this? It's made a statement.
We haven't gotten Beardo's take on the film, though, so we might need a few minutes to give him a quick review as well.
That's fine. I have no problem with that. So we'll go over that, and then I'm going to ask the question, how does this reflect on society that this movie, with all of the backlash it had, legitimate backlash it has gotten, on top of just the fact that I believe it, and in previous discussions, we think it's just a all-around not a good movie. But we'll talk about that, and then I'm not going to want to. Then I'll just take my L and I'll go away with it. I'll take my L and I'll walk. I'm not going to belabor it anymore. Other than that, we got a last-minute Lanterns trailer the other day. We will not watch it because Warner Brothers will hit us because they're dicks, but we will go through the whole thing either way. And unfortunately, it has subtitles built in, so we can see what's going on. But that thing, Dre, we were right.
And it was the worst kind of right I've ever.
I know you told me don't say that. It's going to happen, and it happened.
It's the worst kind of right. I could not.
I was the most right though out of everyone.
How is
I made the connection?
Being ignorant. That was right.
I out-tarded the tard. All right.
Right, here's
crazy work. Yeah.
All right, Beardo, have you heard what Jed guessed on it? Because we heard the rumor that the Manhunters would be in Lanterns this season, Jed said, like the Martian.
Yeah, I made the connection. It's like, it's going to be shapeshifters, right? They're going to be in the town. That's the regular people. That makes it a normal human side investigation because they're shapeshifters, right?
Yeah.
And they just started laughing at me. And it's like, nothing. Told them,
no, the Martian Manhunter is just Jean Jones. That he's just the Martian Manhunter. And we said, there's no way that James Gunn and his band of tards are that dumb to merge the Manhunters from Green Lantern lore with the Martian Manhunter and call them the Manhunters. But I'm sure you've seen the trailer and they did it.
I did see the trailer and I saw what you guys were saying in the group chat and everything. I'm not going to pretend like I'm an expert on Green Lantern lore, but when I watched the trailer, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense for a buddy cop investigation, murder mystery kind of fucking TV show that they're doing. But what they're doing with, the Martians, but you guys would know better than I would about the lore with the Manhunters and Green Lantern because I'm not too familiar with that.
Yeah, essentially, the Manhunters were the original police force, galactic police force created by the Guardians of Oa, but they were amoral killing machines that couldn't tell between right and wrong, and they just delivered justice without any actual judgment. They just said, we're going to kill you and take you in. So they decommissioned them. And they were
the judges from Judge Dredd.
Kind of. That's a good way to put it.
Green Lanterns were their replacements.
Yeah. So they were, and they're nasty, but they're robots. They're not shapeshifters. They're just identical killing machine robots.
So what they're doing in this show is they're making Martian Manhunters species, Martians.
The Manhunters.
They're combining them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Trey said there's no way they're going to do that, and I said they can't do it either, and here we are. The trailer just in a week.
Go figure.
Anyway. And then, of course, San Diego Comic-Con has been going on for a few days. It's wrapping up today right now, so we're going to go over, I've got what I think is a complete list from IGN of everything that's gone on, so we're just going to go down the list. And
Adam, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
I have done extensive research on the Doomsday trailer. I don't know if you guys have done a full extensive breakdown on that.
I reacted to it once. Yeah, we reacted to it a little bit. Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to have time and if you want to, but I have my thoughts on it's a very misleading trailer. Very misleading trailer. for Doomsday that I want to point out some stuff.
Yeah,
I tried to point out this stuff on Tuesday night's main event, and Jeremy was like, "Beardo, you're getting carried away. Nobody gives a fuck. This is spoiler territory. Shut the fuck up. Let's stop talking about it."
I care.
I know you guys
territory. You're breaking down what you see.
Well, it's because I'm connecting the dots with the leaks. So the leaks are spoilers. So I'm connecting the dots with the Reddit leaks to what we got in the trailer. So it is potential spoiler territory. But if you guys don't care, I would love to do a fucking autistic fucking breakdown of the Doomsday trailer if you guys have time.
Breakdown. I did a light
breakdown. We love autism here.
So. And I'm not autistic. I want to be, though.
Don't worry. I am perfectly fine breaking down because it happened. Hard to believe the Doomsday trailer was just on Monday.
Yeah.
That was just on Monday.
Yeah.
It feels like
I've already forgotten it.
Yeah.
Well,
I've watched it so many
there was
fucking
the new
times.
Doomsday trailer at Comic-Con that everyone's saying, "Oh my god, it's the best superhero trailer ever."
Footage, I think, which I can't watch because we know what.
We can't watch that, but
so Doomsday is heavily involved in San Diego Comic-Con, so I have no problem. I was gonna just tie it in, but if you want to break it down, no problem.
I would love to pull up the trailer and do some breakdowns for it.
No problem. All right, I'll set that up when we get there. But anyway, so howdy to the chat. Thank you all for being here, including a generous Beardo rate. Thank you, Beardo. So hail to the mods, Goddess. Ruben X, if he is here, I haven't seen Ruben X, and good sir Algrim being here. Hail to Dash, hail to Xander. How you doing? And yes, we will be talking what we consider the success of the Odyssey on all angles. We're gonna try and have an intelligent, objective discussion here. I'm putting my negativity aside. I'm gonna try and give you guys a fair and balanced discussion with that. Good afternoon, Ginger Norseman. Hello, my friend. Dragon Lady is here as always now, both buffering the chat, keeping you guys invested in talking. Dash is here. Dash ratted us out on Friday on stream when we were talking shit about Cloud. He ratted us out. Thanks, Dash. Thanks, Tattletale. Anyway, Huzzahs on the Joxer. I see you there. Going on down, making sure I say hello. Brad is here. Yeah, MCU's back with T'Challa Jr. and Ryan Gosling and all that stuff. We'll get into that.
Don't you just love T'Challa retroactively being made an absentee father?
Oh, God. Oh, gosh.
Just glorious. I know. And Dash right away for 1,000 jewels because we can show those now on
nice
StreamYard. There we go. 1,000
I
jewels.
still don't have those on my channel.
Really?
I
don't have
remember
jewels.
turning it on ages ago.
You turned it on? So it's something that you have to turn on.
I didn't turn it on. It happened automatically for me.
It did? Well, see, I just remember like a year or so ago, it appeared, they let me know it was in my earnings. I just said, okay, click.
I don't have them. Maybe I need to turn it on.
Anyway, so thank you, Dash, for the 1,000 jewels. Where did it go? I can't make it go. There we go. Okay. Thank you. Where is it? There we go. Make it. What's going on there? There we go. I'm boomering right now. Anyway, thank you, Dash, for the 1,000 jewels. Coppa Jones is here. And Frank is here, and anybody else just watching, not chatting, we are happy to have you with us this afternoon. We're hoping you have a good time. Hit those like buttons. Let's get started. Okay, let's get the ugly stuff out of the way. At least the conversation that I don't want to have, but I will have. The Odyssey. Last week, we had a discussion basically saying that this thing was going to have a tough hill to climb for its reported now, understood $750 million break-even point. Dre, we were wrong. That hill wasn't rough at all.
Wrong.
It wasn't rough at all.
Definitely.
Now, before we get going, let me just bring this down again. All right, Beardo, what are your thoughts on the Odyssey overall, since you haven't shared it with us here yet?
I would like to see it again. I didn't see it in the true IMAX, the way it's meant to be seen. I saw it at the Cinemark XD, Super XD theater, or whatever. I thought the third act was the best part of the movie. That's not the way that the Odyssey should be, in my opinion. The journey, the action, everything along the way of the journey should be the best part. And the best part of the movie for me was when he got back to Ithaca and how his interactions went with Tom Holland and with what's Anne Hathaway, Penelope.
Penelope.
Yeah. Like, I thought everything that happened with the suitors and at the end, and when they go to make a sacrifice to Athena and everything, what happened with those bandits, like, I thought all of that was interesting, but the first and second act were very slow and boring for me. I thought the Cersei with turning the men into pigs, I thought, well done practically. I thought that was cool, but Christopher Nolan definitely takes his creative liberties with the entire fucking story.
Yes.
And I think what people need to separate, and what we all knew, at least I knew going into it, was this isn't going to be Homer's Odyssey. This isn't going to be a faithful adaptation of the Odyssey. This is going to be Christopher Nolan's Odyssey. You have to separate Homer and the poem and everything that went with how the Odyssey has been told through fucking centuries, thousands of years that the story has been told. That this is Christopher Nolan's version. And if you went into this movie expecting anything other than Christopher Nolan's, you're going to be disappointed. It's going to be heavily criticized because Nolan is Nolan. He's one of the biggest narcissistic directors.
Definitely now.
Self-crowning, and Hollywood has crowned him too. But he is so narcissistic that if you were expecting anything other than a Nolan adaptation of it, you were going to be disappointed and figured that this movie was going to be shit. I loved Matt Damon. Matt Damon was fine. He was great. Anne Hathaway was great as Penelope. And Tom Holland were the best parts. Pattinson, not in the movie all that much, but his character, he plays a great dickhead. He plays a great... You love to hate the guy because he was great as his role, not in the movie all that much. Like I said, I was bored in the first act. I saw it with X-Wing, and we were talking throughout the entire first and second act, like, what the fuck? This is boring. I'm just bored. And then the third act happened once he gets off the island with
Calypso,
and he gets back to Ithaca, and he's the beggar. Then I was like, okay, I'm fucking invested. And it's very interesting that the Battle of Troy is told in pieces, and you don't really get the full picture of what Nolan is trying to tell until he's sitting down telling the story to Penelope as his feet are being washed. And then also Athena is sitting there. Athena, I want to have that conversation too, because I have a theory about that. But that's when the story starts to pick up, and I'm like finally fucking interested in it. Nolan cannot direct action. The action with the cannibal giants and the moving trees, that was fucking shit. Terrible. I didn't like how they cut bits out of the actual Cyclops and like I'm nobody. I am no one. They took all that out. Why does he, as they're running away, almost back to the ship, Odysseus decides to turn around and shoot one final arrow at the Cyclops to piss off Poseidon even more? Are the gods even in this movie? That's up for debate. I'm at a 6.5 because I did think the positives. The movie's beautiful. The movie is beautifully shot. I didn't have a problem with the sound design until after they went to the cattle island, where the island that he was warned about, where you can't eat the cattle on this island or you're going to piss Zeus and Poseidon off. When the ship is being torn apart and the rest of the crew is killed, that was the only problem I had with the sound design. I didn't think that the soundtrack was all too impressive, but it wasn't bad. It's just forgettable. But the movie's great, and I thought that the actors did a good enough job with what they were given. And I think that the third act really helps solidify the 6.5. I'm at a 6.5. It's just slightly above mid for me. It's not great. It's just fine. It's in that good to fine area for me.
You see, you are far more objective than I was on this. I'll give you all credit. You are far more objective, and that you.
Probably because you were looking for a faithful adaptation.
Not so much that. I was hoping that he would just not disrespect it as much as he did. I knew it wasn't going to be. Listen, I know exactly what Nolan, who he is, what he was going to do. I was just hoping that he would kind of bend a little bit and lean into not grounding it as much as he did and not shifting things around. But I was as you said, I expected more. I should have expected.
There was still some supernatural. They did the stuff with Circe. They did the lotus flower. You know, he was manipulated by the lotus.
They mashed it together.
The problem, Beardo, is that he didn't commit. He's the ultimate fence sitter.
Yes,
we're gonna have gorgons, but no gods.
And let me tell you this:
time of apparent magic, and then you see explicit magic, and the gods aren't real. You just saw a whole bunch of monsters.
Give your thoughts. You give your thoughts on the what I call the bait and switch with the gods. I think it was a bait and switch, just to have him do another mind twist.
I don't even think it's a bait and switch. This is Nolan. Look at what Nolan does with his movies, with Memento, with Inception, Prestige, all in Inception. Interstellar. That's Interstellar. Nolan is the ultimate. It's up to the viewer's interpretation. He rides the fence because he wants this debate. That's why this whole thing has gone super viral on social media and all these podcasts and YouTubers and stuff talking about this movie. This is exactly what Nolan wants. This is what he does with all of his fucking movies. It's all up to interpretation, and we are here online giving him the vocal publicity because we are debating on what did this mean? What did he mean by this? Was this character really in here? Was Athena real, or was she just the priestess? That's why he does this shit, because he's so narcissistic and so up his own ass, so that we are here online on Twitter, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, talking about this shit. It's exactly what Nolan fucking wants, and that's what he did with the Odyssey.
He wanted us to finish writing the story for him. It's J.J. Abrams' mystery box. He doesn't actually solve the problem. In J.J. Abrams' case, the solutions that he comes up with are always garbage and retroactively ruin everything. But Nolan doesn't give you the answers to the mystery boxes half the time, so you're left with that mystery forever, and it makes it seem intriguing and interesting. That's what it was with Tenet, especially with Tenet more than anything else. But no, it's interesting.
I feel like you're both right with what you just said, and I can't argue either what you just said, that this one only wants, and it just comes back to what I said a moment ago. I just think that he maybe should have not been so much Nolan and just did something a little more respectful instead of. And Beardo, I think you're absolutely right. I didn't think of it because maybe because I don't think about Nolan that much because I'm not really a Nolan guy, but the fact that he wants us to interpret it, I just think that the Odyssey is not the setting for that.
He should never have made this movie. It was never his style.
But that's Nolan because he is such a narcissist. He's like, I am such a great filmmaker. What is the best and oldest story ever told other than the Bible? It is the Odyssey. And I am the best director in Hollywood right now. I am going to do this, and I'm going to be remembered forever, because that's the ultimate narcissist mentality, is I want to be remembered forever. And that's how he makes all of his movies, is that they are going to be talked about for decades after the movie came out. He just wants to be talked about, and he wants to be remembered like Jesus was. He just wants to be remembered. And that's how Nolan has made all of his movies. So to expect that the Odyssey was going to be anything less than Nolan being a narcissist and making something so...
Call me naive then. Call me naive for that, thinking that.
Well, and you guys were talking about predicting the box office. I'm in the camp of this movie was never going to fail because Christopher Nolan's name is attached to it. We never said it was going to fail.
Yeah. We just said it was going to be hard work to get to that break even, and we got proven
it's going to make $1 billion.
At this point,
it's on track. Absolutely, it's
going to make $1 billion. I was in the 850 million minimum. That's what I've been saying for weeks on Tuesday night's main event.
I've been saying for months 700, so I was off.
850 minimum.
Yeah, and that's what Dermy said, and now I have to tell Dermy he was right, and that hurts me deeply. So
the writing was on the wall. It's the Odyssey and it's Christopher Nolan. There was no way this movie wasn't going to make $1 billion.
Well, before today I would have argued with you, but this, and we'll go to the numbers now, and then we'll toss it to Dre for his in-depth reporting. If we hadn't gotten this week where it just held steady for only a 30%.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's
That's
insane.
Fucking bonkers.
I said 55 last week. I was like an average.
A 50% drop would be considered good. Like we all been like, yeah, it's doing great. Keep going. Yeah. This is just
there it is. And I can't explain it other than and I don't. The problem is, to me, it's Nolan is not enough. I have to think that the conversation, or what I call it to an extent from the Nolanites, the propaganda campaign, and also this thing got made massively political. Both sides,
a lot of
mostly because of the casting.
Well, but one side, but they both
even the Law of Zeus stuff has been politicized. Like people saying it's an allegory for modern day immigration,
or the fact that there's a conversation out there, people saying, "Oh, it's got base Judeo-Christian values."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, saying that
that's
cool. Yes, it can.
Saying that you're mocking paganism, so therefore it's Christian.
Nolan isn't smart enough to do that, and he would never.
And also, this is before Judeo-Christian values were even introduced into the world, monotheism. So there's no way it's even a part of the Odyssey's DNA. So I think,
there's Cope that he casted Elliot Page as a trans woman for, at the end, having the traditional Odysseus is here with his wife, and it's a straight relationship, and then you have his son, who it's 100% Cope that Nolan is secretly based in his storytelling. That is 100% Cope. And it's a fun argument. It's a fun argument to be had, but it's Cope.
My biggest problem with Ellen Page in this is not that she's so much in it, is the fact that
how important,
and also the fact that they stole Achilles' agency in the underworld and gave it to Sinon, who was
it's
already
not even the underworld, dude.
I know.
They didn't even go to the underworld. It was just a sacrifice with some fucking goats.
Yeah. So it's not even. That's my biggest problem with that, is that we all said, is she going to be Achilles? No, but she was Achilles all but name.
Achilles stand-in.
Functionally.
100% a stand-in. Yeah. It's not even up for debate. A stand-in.
So that was my biggest. I don't care that little man girl goes to war, whatever. No, I care that you stole Achilles, who was a good friend of Odysseus, having their last conversation together, and the line that Jed quoted perfectly last time. I would rather what Jed? What's the line? I always get it wrong.
I would rather be the slave of the lowliest pig farmer than king of the damned. It's something along those lines.
But close enough. Just as fine. That is so impressive, because if you understand the Iliad and what goes on in there in that moment from the Trojan War, Achilles was defined by his own pride and narcissism. And if you strip his mea culpa, his basically coming back down and realizing I was wrong, everything I believed was wrong, you take that away, you take away his warnings to Odysseus, then you lose it, and you give it to Sinon, this Roman fanfic character now played by a woman pretending to be a man.
The bravest warrior that Odysseus ever fought along.
Also, that he could take this thing and shove it down a dude's throat.
I laughed out loud. Me and X-Wing both. We were the only ones. The theater was dead silent when Odysseus is talking to Pattinson, when he gives him the fucking stick and he's like, "What is this?" Yeah. I didn't like that the army was a fucking lottery.
That's not real either.
They made that up.
I didn't like how
garbage.
What happened?
The way the lottery scene when Sinon drew, or Antinous drew the lot, that was written so poorly, and they contradicted what happened in that scene multiple times. So Antinous drew the lot, tried to give it to Sinon. Odysseus intervenes and says, "Hey, this is big no-no. I will not let Sinon do this," and then hands Sinon the lot and makes him go.
Yeah, I didn't like how it was a lottery, but I laughed out loud in the theater when Odysseus is talking to him and says, "Sinon, the bravest man that I ever knew." But but it's not just the line. It's the fact that they cut to the face of Elliot Page Sinon dying on the Trojan horse.
The meme.
The bravest man I ever fucking knew. I laughed out loud in the theater.
I rolled my eyes hard. But Nolan made these choices, and that is a conversation for another time. Once this movie is settled finally, and maybe more objective conversations can be had surrounding it. But just to finish out the numbers here, and then Dre, your in-depth reporting will be, I hope, enlightening. The international, because now we got international tab. Right as we said they didn't have it, they restored it a day later. So here we go. Look right there, you can see it. That's just wow. And Nolan, historically, I did this 2 weeks ago. I went over all his box offices for all his hits. He historically, the international numbers come in big for him historically. So I said last week that was a really weak opening internationally. Well, they stormed back with $250 million this week. And all I can say is, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to go big screen so we can see it, so no misunderstandings. I got it wrong. I misinterpreted all of this. I thought there would be enough negative conversation that people wouldn't go because they thought, well, I'm not going to give this the time of day. But, and Dre, you might prove me wrong when I say this. I'm going to repeat it one more time just so that your stage is set. I believe now that a combination of somewhat extended propaganda campaign post-release combined with the politicization of this has rocketed this to everybody talking, and it just
I don't think it's that deep.
You don't think it's that deep?
And
Now, I don't think we influence anybody. Let me get that straight. There's a conversation going on there that we as YouTubers and reviewers influence the people to decide. The two biggest reviewers in our sphere, Gary and Erotic and Critical Drinker, both with million or Drinker's Craze 2 million plus channels. At most, they get 1 million to maybe 2 million views on their stuff. That's not affecting the world at large. It doesn't. So we're here just trying to make a little money.
Normies are what make
give our thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah. Normies and rewatchability. Clearly, people went back to rewatch this. They went back and rewatched it this week, and the rest of the world decided to take some time and go watch it, proving me completely wrong. Now, Dre, you said you talked to some normies.
Yes.
Enlighten us. What did you learn?
So there's a couple things happening. Yes. The barnstorm that is it being the biggest movie people are going to go see. That's the easy part.
So you're saying that means it's sort of the
FOMO?
It's a zeitgeist moment. It's the thing you gotta go see.
Absolutely. And then there is and I'm using this term in its proper term, the ignorance of the normies as far as the story is concerned. What is happening is this. Yes, it's a zeitgeist thing. It's a Christopher Nolan film. Everybody gets naked for Christopher Nolan. We get that part. The big part is when I sat down and talked to a few people, and actually talked to a couple of cinephiles. And the couple of cinephiles that I actually spoke with they knew what the Odyssey was, but they were not familiar with the source material.
Okay.
And that seems to be the overwhelming majority of the going audience. Are individuals that say, hey, this is a big movie, it's Christopher Nolan. So I said, okay, well, what was your favorite scene? And they're talking about the Cyclops, they're talking about Cersei turning men into pigs and stuff. And then I like, oh, and the effects and all that other stuff, all the practical effects, all that great stuff. And then as I'm listening to them, I end up picking up on the fact that they knew not what they were talking about. And so I asked them, I said, have you ever read the Iliad? Have you ever read the Odyssey? Have you looked at any other material prior to this? Any film in the 1911 film, 1948 film, 1997? Did you look at any of this material? The answer was no. A lot of these people are being exposed to the Odyssey and by a lesser extent, the story of Troy for the first time. And they are being caught up in the idea of what they're seeing, not understanding that what they're seeing is a shell of what it's supposed to be representing. So I sat there with one of them and I shared how a lot of these stories are being butchered. I sat there for about an hour and a half and sat there and had all these conversations. And they looked me in my eyes and said, well, why wasn't that on screen? And at that moment, you understood. Okay. There's a zeitgeist moment, and the people do not know the story. So therefore, it's a perfect barnstorm for an opportunity for billions of dollars to be made. If I don't know anything at all, I will take what's happening in front of me for face value as the absolute story. And then I take it and run with it. And of course, you have the zeitgeist of everybody go see this movie or all that stuff, Twitter nonsense, yada, yada, yada. But as you mentioned, Adam, the overwhelming majority of normies are not on Twitter doing overanalyzing film or anything like that. Yeah. They're working at Starbucks and then going home and watching Netflix. they're not into this world. So they're being transported into a world they don't know and think it is proper. The individuals that know that what's being happening, that the story is being raked across the coals, are furious because it's being disrespected. But the overwhelming majority of people don't know the story. And once again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Greek mythos or Greek culture. I'm not trying to do that. But when you think of stories that are as old as the Iliad or Odyssey, the only thing you can compare it to is the Bible. That's the reality. And the overwhelming majority of the planet knows the stories. Noah's Ark, Moses, whatever you want to throw out there. If a director takes the story of Moses and butchers it, everyone's going to know. Everyone's going to recognize.
But nobody knows the details of the Odyssey the way
And
either.
that's it.
And that leads to something that I talked about in private earlier this week with a couple people. How there was a particular post on Twitter that I replied to, and I said, and this dude going, Achilles is never in the Odyssey, not at all. Shows y'all didn't read the book, and that dude got community noted. I went after him. Everybody went after this dude. It speaks to, in my opinion, the complete lack of education.
Yep.
I mean, I read the Odyssey in high school. I didn't choose to read it. It was given to me.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be one of the few
We
times,
all did. Yeah.
one of the few times I actually enjoyed lit class in high school. I'm enjoying the Odyssey because I already loved mythology, and I already knew I already knew the Trojan War, but in my favorite childhood mythology book, they didn't do the Odyssey because that was not told in that. But learning about it, it was great. And then when I was in college, when I took another class, we did the Iliad there. So I did this stuff in school, and I learned to appreciate it. Of course, I've gone back, looked at it, watched material about it. So what you're saying makes complete sense. And I'm reminded, and people forgive me because now this is again angry nerd moment here. It reminds me of when after Dune's Part 1 and 2 came out, and people asked me, why are you so angry at these movies? And then I would sit down and tell them how, okay, the first one was doing okay. Denny the Good Boo was doing all right in the first one, but you got the Part 2, and he deliberately starts to not tell the story as Frank Herbert told it. And then they're telling me, wait a minute, then how does it work going forward when I explain to them what's going to happen now with Messiah, or they're just calling it Dune 3 coming out? I understand that because people don't know. And this is something that conversations like this remind me that I am the weirdo, the oddest weirdo in extent that just knows all this stupid shit that I've been cataloging in my brain with books and movies and TVs and comics and games for all these years, that I've just been cataloging it. And I have to remember, yeah, I know all this shit, but a lot of other people don't. And sometimes I completely forget that. But then that reminds me, that's why we're doing this right here. That's why we have these conversations, to give people a chance to hear a proper discussion, analysis, review, and then make decisions. Because when I did my review a week ago, 2 weeks ago now for the Odyssey, I said it in my review, I said, go watch it. I didn't tell anybody not to go watch it. I said, go watch it, make your decision for yourself. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I got it wrong. So I didn't say boycott it. I said, go watch it, make a decision for yourself, because that is inevitably what people need to do. That is, I believe, our purpose here. We're here to educate you. We're here to tell you about this stuff. Here to tell you why we love these things. We're here to welcome you to being a part of our fandoms. But we are going to gatekeep you because we want to make sure you understand it. If you understand it and like it, come on through. But if you're going to be a commie Marxist leftard, or you're going to be a blind conservative who doesn't understand that entertainment is important, then we don't want you here. I don't want to hear what you have to say, because you're not here to actually join. You're here to change. Either way, you're either going to change it and adapt it to left-wing ideology, or you're here to morph it to fit your a hyper-conservative point of view, which is also just as bad. These things are created as the Odyssey's art. It has been for 3,000 years.
Yep.
And bottom line is, I had hoped, as I said a moment ago, a little before, I had hoped Nolan would respect that art. But Beardo, you were absolutely right. He Nolaned it. He Nolaned it in both ears and every other hole that there was, and said, fine, you have to accept it. I'm Nolan. And everybody's accepted it.
Can I give some perspective on this, on the argument, like of the box office and everything?
Yeah.
This is people who are rewatching it, people like me who feel like I need to rewatch it again to truly get a true rating on it. Right now, off of one viewing, I'm at a 6.5. I don't think it's a terrible movie. I don't think it's the worst movie ever made. And this is my stance. I think people who are saying this is the worst movie, number one worst ever made, you're being disingenuous. You're lying to yourself and you're lying to your audience.
I just
and
said
if you're saying this is a 10 out of 10, if you're
yeah.
saying this is a 10 out of 10, this is the best Nolan movie, this is the best movie ever made, you're also being disingenuous. It's somewhere in the middle. It's around your 5 to 6, maybe 7 range. I think 7's pushing it. It's your 5 or 6. It's a very mid movie that is good. What people are doing, why it's getting the box office numbers that it is people are rewatching it, and the normies, and it's a Chris Nolan movie. If what you were saying, Adam, if people are going and they're trying to own the chuds because of the chuds are hating this movie or whatever, so I'm going to go out and support it, then why didn't Supergirl make money? Why didn't the Marvels make money?
Exactly.
Why didn't
The
Wakanda
argument
Forever make
always
money?
get refreshed at the newest movie. Whatever it is, nothing has come before.
So the argument saying that the left liberal lesbians, blue-hairds are going out and supporting this movie to own the chuds, that doesn't exist. It doesn't make sense because then
They
all
don't have
the
any
other
money.
fucking because then the feminist propaganda movies would all be making $1 billion. Who goes to when women go to see movies? Women aren't seeing feminist propaganda movies either because they never do well. Women go to movies when their boyfriends and husbands take them.
Yep.
Girlfriends aren't taking their girlfriends to movies because, oh, this is a feminist propaganda movie. This is woman empowerment movie. No, fucking single, lonely women who are miserable hanging out with their fat and gay friends. They're going to the bar, getting drunk, and they're fucking getting hit on. That's what single women who are miserable do. They're not going out and seeing the newest feminist propaganda movie. Women go and see movies that their boyfriends and husbands enjoy, and the men are paying the ticket and paying the way for the women to go see the movie. So the argument that feminists are seeing the Odyssey to own the chuds, that doesn't exist.
Or they go to see Jason Momoa without his shirt off. That's it. But listen, Barbie was a marketing campaign brilliance. That was and that was a lightning in a bottle moment.
Oppenheimer
and also Ryan Gosling. Dudes love Ryan Gosling.
He's amiable. And once again, yes, I understand.
We'll talk about him a little bit later.
I was too harsh on Troy. I understand that. All right.
Yes.
I was still channeling my anger from 20 years ago, going to see it in the theater. Okay. Still channeling that.
Troy is better than the Odyssey. Very easily so.
Better. I agree.
But the thing I want to say on all of this is this conversation that we're having is the most disappointing aspect of it for me, because we've all seen bad movies make money before. The example we always give is the Avatar films. We don't think those are movies of quality, but we came to understand why normies love them, right? Just because a movie made money doesn't mean it's good. That's the appeal to consensus.
That's the equation they make now. That's the equation they make. Everybody
of course, that's the equation that they make. But I do believe the Odyssey is a separate conversation from any of these other ones because of the source material. Like you said, Adam, it is art that has stood the test of time. It's been a religious text for people for 3,000 years. There are still people worshiping the Greek gods. There is a religious angle to it as well. That's why the comparison to the Bible, I think, is apt in both age and importance to certain groups. This isn't just your Marvel comic book that was, recently came out and was warped beyond belief. This is one of the foundational texts of Western society. So
having a lot of storytelling throughout time.
Absolutely. It set the rules. It set the hero's journey. It set a lot of these things that we find as templates for storytelling. It set our template of what it meant to be a good man for a long time. Morality in the West is greatly derived from Greek society. So it's foundational to the way we live our daily lives. So someone who loves Greek mythology as much as I do and the Odyssey, I knew that people read it in school. I was homeschooled, obviously. I've talked about that. So I thought that would be enough, the influence that enough people would remember the Odyssey and know the Odyssey. But you're all absolutely right when you're saying the more you know the source material, the more you're not happy with the film. And the less you know it, the more you're willing to just embrace the moment and see it for what it is. And I was entirely mistaken thinking that people knew the source material, because as I found out, they stopped doing the Odyssey in school. I know people who went to college who have like Lupita Nyong'o. She has a master's degree and she never touched homework works, period. That is just so baffling to me. And the reason why it's kind of depressing for me is what Dre said. This is how people are being introduced to the story. This is how they're going to remember the story. So it's transplanting the Odyssey. And that's what I have a major issue with. So I honestly, the reason why I was wrong about this is twofold. One, I'm a Nolan guy. I love Nolan movies, but I've been made fun of for being a Nolan guy for a very long time. So I thought normies were a little bit out on it. And as Adam goes over, his box office is erratic at best. His box office stuff, besides The Dark Knight and then the outlier that's Oppenheimer, he's never had a film be this successful before. So I thought Nolan was a little bit more niche. And then on the other hand, I overestimated the education of the average person in our world. I shouldn't have, but that's really where it came down to for my inaccuracy in my.
It's why you got it wrong. It's why
that's why I got it wrong, because I recognize how important it is, how many people have learned it in school and thought that that made an impression on people. But our current generation isn't being taught it, and even previous generations, like all of yours, it's not being retained in them like it is for like Dre, Adam, and I. We knew the Odyssey. We loved the Odyssey, and that's why we really disliked it more than the average person. I think there is a lot of problems with it in a technical sense as well. Like we've gone over, like I
still think it's an editing
the editing is really bad. The sound mixing for me, it actually hurt my ears on 4 different occasions. I had to take ibuprofen in the film and plug my ears multiple times. So I think there are some legitimate problems with the film, but the reason why I'm upset with it and wish it wasn't this successful wasn't just because it's a bad movie that made $1 billion or will make $1 billion. That happens all the time and we just move on. It's the fact that it's transplanting one of the most important pieces of literature in Western civilization.
And for me, in the end, I'm not angry. People are like, "Oh, the chuds are angry." No, I'm not angry.
I'm just sad.
I'm sad. I'm disappointed that this is that.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'm disappointed into what Beer said here. I don't think it's one of the worst movies of all time.
Oh God, no.
For me, it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. But that's a subjective comment that I'm allowed to make just for me. I didn't say all the time. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. But overall, I'm bummed out that the conversation is just also so disgusting that there's little to no objectivity out there. And
just leaping towards you're racist and sexist for not liking it.
Yeah. So you know what? In the end, this is what it is. This is something that is out of our hands. We are simply YouTubers, analysts, reviewers having a discussion. And I will at least take solace in the fact that those of us who said one thing, got it wrong, will say we're wrong, and we can move on. Yeah. I can move on from this. The Odyssey success does not define my life. And whether or not I care how deeply people need to protect Christopher Nolan, that actually does bother me too, but that also doesn't define my life, because I can choose, although I can't because it's the job, I can choose to never watch another Christopher Nolan movie again. I can choose to do that, but it's the job for me to review shit, so I'm likely going to have to do it again in the future. Either way, the Odyssey, and I say this again, go read the books, but the Odyssey, and I say this again, knowing that I had previously said I wouldn't do it, considering how long they'll probably keep it in theaters. I mean, I think it'll still take a hit next week up against Spider-Man, which is now looking at what, $600 million opening weekend?
650, they're eyeing.
Damn. Oh, it's all the way up to 650 now. Oh my, that's going to be insane.
They've been saying 650 for the past 2 weeks.
That's a juggernaut.
Yeah, that's a true.
I've seen most of them say 500 to 560.
Yeah, I heard 600. I haven't heard 650 yet, but yeah, damn. So
it's going to make $2 billion at the end of the day.
Really? Okay.
I'm not going to bet against that right now.
It's going to make $2 billion.
I think I said 1.4, but considering what it's doing, and I'm going to be very interested to talk about it next week, because as Beardo and I have already discussed in the past, I don't think it's going to be a bad movie. I just think there's going to be a lot of narrative problems, but I still think people are going to go see it a lot and enjoy it. But
I have my tickets for Thursday, and I think I'm gonna go as well on Sunday. There's a few different people I need to see it with, so I'm gonna see it twice this weekend.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm very curious
tickets for Thursday as well. I had to get them early.
I'm very curious to see what they're gonna do. I mean, what is the mystery villain? What is the mystery villain that they say that it isn't Jean Grey, but she's...
I have my theories.
What's your theory? I want to know. I do want to do a quick Spider-Man pre-Spider-Man discussion. So let's just do that real quick. Yeah, I want to do it now. I was gonna go to that next. So, but just one fun thing. Odyssey book is closed. Congratulations, Nolan. You got us. I accepted and move on.
He's gonna make $200 million from it, so he's happy.
Oh, he's gonna make more than that. If it breaks 1 billion, he makes 220+ million off the gross.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew that, Beardo. He has a contract that he gets 20% of the gross of the box office.
Which will affect the break even. Giving him 200 million, 20 million plus dollars off the top of the gross has to affect the break even. So somebody who's better at math than I am, we're gonna have to find out a calculation on that. Anyway,
yeah.
All right,
so studios get 30% of the box office, not 50. So
yeah. Anyway, so now I did want to do this. So Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out in now less than a week, Thursdays, probably in some places Wednesdays, world ahead of us, stuff like that. They're going to gut that out. We have always known this was going to be the juggernaut of the summer. Yep. No doubt. This movie was going to bring it down because no matter what, Spider-Man prints money. Even him and Spider-Man and Batman trade number 1, number 2 all the time. But more often than not, Spider-Man is number 1 hero in the world. He's the most relatable. He's my favorite superhero. Oh, it has been. My favorite comic of all time is Maximum Carnage. I love Maximum Carnage. It's like it's a favorite place for me to go because it has everything that makes Spider-Man great in it, and I love every second of it. That being said, I have liked Tom Holland as Spider-Man for the most part. I think he's a good Spider-Man. I think he's a decent Peter Parker. My problem has always been the world he's dropped into and the fact they've never let him be Peter Parker. They've never going to be on the rocks, scrapping, scraping, doing what he can just to get by Peter Parker, disappointing the people around him, all that good stuff. And here we were at the end of No Way Home. He's got the proper suit. He's on his own. He's got no support system. Doesn't even have Aunt May anymore because of what the MCU did with Aunt May. And I thought, okay, I am interested now. What's he going to do? What's going to happen? And here we go. Brand New Day. Interesting concept of the story. A lot of stuff going on in terms of mystery villain, this and that. But I've always said the two hang-ups for me are Zendaya, fake MJ, and Ned still being in it. Where you could have just done a clean break. So of that. That being said, Beardo and I have discussed this in a previous stream on Bro Science, where we talked about, I said that I don't think it's going to be a bad movie, but I still think because there's a lot of moving parts, it's going to have to work very hard to make sure everything is nice and neat and fits together without shortchanging certain aspects in that or having too many people in the movie. That's always my fear with these Tom Holland movies. Too many other people in these movies than just Spider-Man.
What's the runtime?
I think it's 210. I think it's 2 hours, 10 minutes. Let me look that up real quick. I think it's 2 hours, 10 minutes. Maybe I might be a little off because it's not. I know it's over 2 hours.
It's 225.
225.
I was close. So that's a legitimate movie. That's a lot. There's a lot to happen. But I just worry, like I said, my big worry is that there's not going to be enough. And I'm worrying that they're choosing a story of possible man spider as something that maybe they're not ready to do. Combined with going, so I mean, I'm starting to go over the place. So Beardo, you and I talked about this, and you're feeling very positive about this. Still, you're feeling pretty positive about Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's going to make $2 billion easy. I don't think it's going to struggle to climb up to $2 billion. I don't. Wow. I think it's a surefire $2 billion. Okay. So where do I want to start? With what we know about the movie right now, given that Sadie Sink is going to play Jean Grey, I think she is the pseudo-villain. She's the villain that they're telling us for the trailers. I think it's going to be a little bit misleading for that. I think with all of the stuff we've seen in the trailers of Tarantula, Scorpion, and was there another?
The Hand.
So I think the Hand is going to be a bigger part than we think.
Yeah. I still think Daredevil's wrapped up in that. Dre doesn't agree with that.
I'm going to get there. So what we're going to see with Scorpion and Tarantula and some of those like montage and stuff, I think that's going to be a montage. I think Scorpion is going to be the biggest part of the montage. That's going to be in the first act of the movie. Like maybe the first 20, 30 minutes is where we're going to get that. And that's where we're going to get introduced. We've seen in the trailer when he's like, Scorpion! And Scorpion looks at him. He's like, you think I'm Scorpion? That's because Scorpion is being controlled by Jean Grey at that moment. Then we're going to get the whole transformation of him turning into Man Spider and evolving and stuff. You're going to get the stuff with Hulk and Punisher. The reason why Punisher's in here, how many of you guys, I'm sure Dre and Adam, you guys are familiar with the 90s Spider-Man cartoon?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So if you guys remember during that Man Spider, what was it, 2 or 3 episodes that Man Spider?
It was 3 episodes.
Yeah,
and
I think it was 3-parter.
And they ended with bringing in Craven to finish it up.
Yeah, but Punisher was also in there as well, and he visits the X-Men and Charles Xavier to help them. To help him, and Charles is like, I don't cure mutants, I help mutants. He's like, there's nothing I can do for you here. So that makes sense why you could bring in Jean Grey. But have you guys seen the stuff about Punisher?
No.
What do you mean?
I've
been actively not reading too much because I want a fresh take when I go into this. Other than the trailer, I haven't seen anything. Okay. No, I have not been keeping up with
toy
the
thing.
The toy leaks. Okay. Toys always leak shit. They always leak
toys
shit.
do.
Yeah.
Apparently, take this with a grain of salt.
Okay.
There's been a leak for a toy for the Punisher where he gets a War Machine Stark Tech suit. Punisher is going to get a War Machine, Iron Man, Stark Tech, Punisher suit.
Huh.
Take this with a grain of salt. Take that with a grain of salt. But anyways, Punisher was in that whole arc in the animated series as well. I do think that Daredevil is going to be a member of the Hand in disguise. He's going to be working infiltrated inside of the Hand until when push comes to shove, and then eventually Daredevil's going to come out of it because there's also been leaks of Daredevil in a red suit. He's going to look like Daredevil from season 1 of Netflix Daredevil, where he's got the tied up, bandaged wrists and everything. And you know how he wore the black suit with the black with the black hood?
Yeah, the Man Without Fear.
Correct.
Black.
It's going to be that suit, but red, so he can disguise himself as the Hand. I think that the true villain of the movie,
okay, go for it,
is going to be Peter.
Really?
This is going to be their way of doing the symbiote arc without the symbiote. And he's going to be Man Spider, and he's going to get so far into the evolution phase where he loses power that Punisher, Jean Grey, and Daredevil have to stop Peter Parker. That's where I think the movie's going.
Interesting.
That's not terrible.
And they're not gonna go full-blown Man Spider. You might get some. I think this is how far they're gonna do it. He's still going to look humanoid enough where he's going to be recognizable as Peter Parker. But I could see, you know how in his Iron Spider suit he's got the mechanical arms, spider arms.
Yeah.
I think they'll do maybe real arachnid spider arms coming out of his back. And I think that's maybe as far as they'll take it. I don't think we're going to get some fucking 10-foot tall fucking giant spider.
That would be a mistake. I
don't think they're going to do that. But it'll be Tom Holland and totally mind wipe, no control of his actions and everything, with maybe some real spider legs coming out of his back. This is all just out of my fucking brain. But I do think that he's going to be the villain at the end, and then you're going to have Punisher, Jean Grey, Daredevil trying to stop Spider-Man towards the end. And that's what I think.
That is, you know what? That's a really good thought. Your logic is sound. But here's now, in terms of my narrative problems, though, how does Hulk fit in all of this?
So Hulk was supposed to be Lizard. Hulk was supposed to be Lizard.
100%.
Yeah, we've seen those leaks.
That makes sense.
And why they took Lizard out of it is because they did Lizard in No Way Home, and they also just did Lizard in the Spider-Man 2 video game. Now, Sony is in control of all of this, and they don't want too much Lizard. And it makes sense for them to do Mark Ruffalo because Disney doesn't have control over Hulk. Universal still does. They can't do solo Hulk movies. We still have Mark Ruffalo under contract, so might as well just shoehorn him into the next Spider-Man movie, and let's get some Hulk. You can also do Savage Hulk. We've been begging for Savage Hulk for fucking forever.
Gray Hulk in this. We've seen the pics. He's more Gray Hulk than actually Green Hulk. Maybe that might be lighting.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Yeah.
The reason why he's going to look gray, and they're nodding to it, it's going to be debris from their fight, and the dust from the debris is going to cover his green skin, and that's going to make him look gray.
What's with this electric gauntlet I've seen?
That's
no the Shocker from Homecoming.
Oh, it's this from the Shocker.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, no, that's already been confirmed. I'm not making that up. They
like
straight up
I
said
haven't been
he's
keeping
going to
track
be using the Shocker's gauntlet from Homecoming.
See, this is one of those times where I'm not keeping complete track of leak stuff because I want to go into this as blind as I can to make an objective assessment and not be too subjectively possibly annoyed. So it's so all I feel like is let's embarrass Hulk again. Let's have Hulk be a punching bag for somebody. And
I don't think he's been cool since the first Avengers.
And they're trying to make him cool again.
They increased his size. They doubled his size from the She-Hulk fiasco.
Well, in the whole fight, I think we can all agree that the reason Spider-Man is fighting Hulk is because Jean Grey is controlling Hulk.
Well, yeah, she triggers that. She triggers
the Savage.
And then once she Savage Hulk, there is that old thing and I hate to reference it from One More Day, where Bruce Banner forgets that Peter is Spider-Man, but Hulk is not Banner, and Hulk's memory retains that he is the same. And I don't know if they'll go that far for that little story point, but
that might be a stretch. Maybe I see where you're going, but I think that might be a stretch.
Yeah.
I also think if they're going to do Punisher in a Stark Tech Punisher outfit, it's going to be because Punisher is helping. I don't know. Did you guys see the clip from Comic-Con?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it. I know that he's supposed to be protecting Zendaya MJ.
And there's other clips of him fighting the Hulk with Peter.
So the clip from Comic-Con that came out is the start of that Hulk fight. Punisher and Spider-Man are fighting Hulk. And then Punisher's going to get knocked out somehow. But I think if we're going to get the Iron Suit Punisher, is going to be because he loses and gets fucked up in that Hulk fight.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of moving parts.
It is. And did you also see what Feige said? Feige said that this movie now officially in continuity and timeline now takes place before Doomsday.
Oh, they changed it.
I thought it was parallel. They changed it.
We were all under the impression that because of Doomsday delays that they fucked it up and that this was going to take place after Doomsday. We're like, how the fuck is this going to take place after Doomsday because of the leaks and Battleworld and everything? What's going on? Kevin Feige said, no, it's actually before, which tells me this is going to be a true standalone Spider-Man movie that's not going to be tied into Doomsday at all, except post-credit scene.
Of course.
Now, that's smart. That is smart because people will probably feel more comfortable with this if it's just a Spider-Man movie with a little bit of MCU cameos, but it's still a lot of moving parts. And I'm now interested to see if they're going to be able to put it all together.
Well, with your theory, Beardo, does the telepathy transporting thing work? In a lot of the trailers, they've shown the possession to almost behave like a physical thing. Like you see a guard talking to Peter as the person, and then they jerk and it seems to impact someone nearby. Does Jean have that ability to work like that? So that's going to be
interesting. One of the working theories right now is that, I think we talked about this, Jed, is that it's going to be the Dark Phoenix Force.
And that's Jean, what I've been saying.
And Jean is struggling with the Dark Phoenix Force. And it's not necessarily Jean who's doing it. It's just the Dark Phoenix Force working through Jean. And then probably at the end of the movie, she's going to be able to handle it and hone it somehow.
Just with that physical impact of it switching from person to person, the theory that I've been working with and I think still holds firm is the Phoenix Force is looking for Jean as its, perfect connection, and it's jumping around looking for Peter is the only one who can sense who's it in. They outright say that in the trailer, and it doesn't
affect him.
It does briefly possess him, but it doesn't work fully, and that's what triggers Man Spider. It's still a energy force.
Is the Phoenix Force going to trigger the mutation?
Possibly, because
that's what
he
I
beats
think.
The shit out of Scorpion, we know that he's not himself because there's a moment there where you see him black eyes behind the mask, and he just slams Scorpion into a police car, which is not something Peter would do.
Yeah, so I think the Phoenix Force will go from Scorpion into Peter briefly. It's not going to work, and it's going to bounce out of him pretty quickly. He's going to be able to sense it going forward, but that's going to trigger the mutation.
Right. Dre, that's a lot of moving parts still.
I just want this movie to be fun. That's all I got.
I think it's going to be good.
That's all I care about.
I think it's going to be well received.
Plot's going to make any sense because No Way Home's plot is bananas, but it was a fun movie. So
and then that's all I'm looking for. Like at this point, the MCU has been dead to me since 2019. So
fair.
I just want to have I just want to be able to go to the cinema, have my popcorn that I will get for free somehow. Don't ask questions. And enjoy my
I know what you do. I used to work at a movie theater. I know what you do.
And then just sit there, enjoy the film, throw some popcorn in my mouth, have a few good laughs, and hopefully the people next to me won't be in any danger of getting hit. That's all I'm hoping to have, and just enjoy myself. I believe this plot is going to be a hot piece of garbage, but at this point, I don't even care. The MCU is an absolute dumpster fire. No one really cares about this brand anymore. I just want to sit back and enjoy and have some fun Spider-Man and see some fun cameos.
All
Dre, what do you think about Peter being the villain towards the end and having the team up of Punisher and Daredevil having to stop Peter in his mutation?
To be honest, Beardo, I think you're thinking more on this than the actual creators of this are. Honestly,
100% I could be.
You know, I think that'd be a really fun idea if you're actually going to do a tribute to that three-part episode from the Spider-Man series. I think that'll be tremendous. I don't think these creators are that smart. I don't think they're going to do anything that clever. But I think having Peter be the villain and then having all these other loosely thrown together heroes in this thing come together to try to snap him out of it, and then of course it's going to
save him.
But here's the problem. There's only one thing you were missing, Beardo. Is one thing you were missing. As good as that idea is, you already know they're going to shoehorn Zendaya in there somewhere to make him come back to his senses.
Oh, she's going to be the one to step in and say, Peter, stop. This isn't you.
Yeah.
And then it's going to calm him down. Kind of like what Captain America did with the fucking rose petals in to Red Hulk.
Exactly. the exact same thing. And that's the only issue I with your plot put together. That's the only issue I really have, because they're going to shoehorn that ugly broad into that daggone scene so that everybody can look at her weird face. I just want this movie to be fun, and I'm hoping, like Adam mentioned earlier about, like, man, there's no way they can put Daredevil in this, but I hope they do, because there is no canon anymore.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense if they don't.
None of this makes any sense. None of it does. So I might as well just, hey, let's just throw all the banana peels right into the daggone street, because they already buried the lead right before even freaking second season of Born Again even came out. They already showed the Kingpin lost before we even watched the freaking show. So might as well just be like, hey, you know what? Daredevil's out of prison. Screw it. He's out of prison.
Is the best Daredevil content going to be in a Spider-Man movie?
Yes.
That Disney's done?
Yes. And it's not even close. Close. So I'm hoping, I'm really hoping that the lady black Mexican mayor just comes out of nowhere and just say, hey, because she's given the key of the city to Spider-Man, but Daredevil's in prison. You make that make sense. So she's like, hey, we're pardoning all the heroes, and then we can just in our mind, like, oh, Daredevil's free, and then we can then everything is fair game. That's all I can hope for, and then we can just have fun. That's what I'm saying. I know this is going to be a gumbo of insanity. I just want dumb fun. I want to see the hand doing hand things. I want to see a PG-13 Punisher, and I want to see a whole lot of other fun stuff. That's all I want to see. I want to turn my brain off and put my hand down my pants. That's it. That's all I want.
I think they said that Frank Castle is going to say the F word once.
Oh.
He's going to try to at least, but yeah, he might get through.
They did
say anytime he tries to swear, Peter webs up his mouth.
Peter webs him up. We saw it in the trailer. I
do think they have good chemistry. Because, John Bernthal and Tom Holland have been friends for over a decade at this point. Yep. So they have really good chemistry. Like the clip you were talking about, Beardo, at least one of them right before the Hulk fight. It's like, oh, Zendaya sent you to me? Oh, that's so sweet. Are you blushing under there? What? I'm wearing a mask. Like they have really good back and forth in that clip. So I think it'll be at least entertaining.
And if it's dumb fun and if it really is standalone, $2 billion is not out of the ballpark. It's legitimate, especially if it calms down a lot of the discussions about other stuff, and people just want to have fun. I think that's the key. If this is if it turns out to be a fun movie, a harmless movie, despite whatever nerdy nitpicks I'm going to have, let's just remember that I'm going to probably nitpick the hell out of this movie, but that's subjective, and I'm allowed to. But I will still be objective on my ratings, as I always am. And if it's just fun and people have fun, then that's fine. That's fine, especially if they're not going to try and influence Doomsday. Now, we'll see. So we're definitely that's definitely conversation for next weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. But since we are talking MCU, before we get to, I'm going to shift things around. Let's talk the Doomsday trailer right now, since we're sort of in that realm. Let's do the Doomsday trailer breakdown. Then we'll talk Lanterns, and then we'll do San Diego Comic-Con. So,
cool.
All right. So here we go. Let's bring it up here.
Here we go. Some super chats. I'll be right back. Let me go take a piss.
Okay, no problem. Okay, we got no super chats. So
make one up.
He's used to being on different streams.
It's all right. That's all right. Anyway, so we'll just take a second. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today so far. We hope you are having an excellent time. Hit those like buttons. Subscribe to channels, although I haven't updated something. I'll do that right now in a second. But all right, so the Doomsday thing. It is so strange that it came out this Monday out of nowhere. Because remember, last week we said this thing wasn't coming out until after Spider-Man, right? We said they were going to drop in the Doomsday trailer Spider-Man, and they surprised us. But Dre, how many times have we been saying now, where's the marketing for Doomsday? This started
over and over again.
It's been 7 months since we had anything. And here it is. And I will say this. It's pretty smart to drop the trailer right before San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
With all the announcements they tied to it. And now right before Spider-Man time. So because people are talking. Because this trailer is one of the most viewed trailers in history. What was it, 24? Let me look at it here. Hang on. Guess how many views this trailer has right now. Just guess. Guess.
30 million.
Jed, you want to throw a guess out there?
I heard a little bit about this. It's insane, whatever the number is.
It's insane.
Yeah, I think it's like 80 million.
Okay, no, we're playing Price is Right. You would have lost. No, 51 million views.
Okay,
that's a lot.
That's nuts. That's nuts. 51 million views, 2.4 million upvotes, only 90,000 downloads. So this trailer has been well received, or at least well viewed. And we've been talking about it. Where's the marketing? Where's the marketing? Well, here now maybe finally begins the marketing campaign for Doomsday.
It'll happen right after Spider-Man's first weekend.
Yeah. Well, this is the start. We said they weren't going to do this until the trailer dropped, until Spider-Man dropped, but they dropped this week early. I think they tied this to tie into whatever they now have announced at San Diego Comic-Con. And now, post Spider-Man, they're going to start ramping it up finally.
Also, Adam, they probably did this the 2 weeks before Spider-Man because Spider-Man's end credit scene is going to go into
the Stinger will have the connection. So yeah, it's probably also that will be the only connection you have to Doomsday. So here we are. I've reacted to this earlier in the week. We talked about it with Dermy on Tryhards yesterday or the other day. It's Sunday. Why do I keep doing that? The other day. And listen, it's not a bad trailer, but I still feel nothing when I watch this. I'm not excited. And that's been my whole statement.
I'm with you, dude, because you go back and you watch Avengers Infinity War trailer and the Endgame trailer. Holy fuck, those are the trailers of all trailers. And then you get to this one and you're like,
So let's get into it.
Have I told you guys how I watched Infinity War's trailer real quick? Have I told you guys about that story?
No, I don't think so.
I was actively at basic training when the trailer came out. And everyone in my flight wanted to see the trailer. Like, it's Infinity War. We have to see it. And we found out that the atheist church service on Sunday let you watch YouTube videos. So we all pretended to become atheists. It was the humanitarian. Like, they had some other name for it, but it was essentially the atheist. So we all had to, for several weeks, pretend to go to atheist service so that when the trailer came out, we could watch
dedication.
The trailer. So
holy
that's
we weren't the only ones who did it.
You need to be
They had to move
baptized.
it to an auditorium because of how many atheists were showing up, because everyone was simultaneously doing the same thing. Like, we dwarfed every other church service.
There I was just at home. I pushed a button on YouTube. Yeah, I saw it.
We worshipped at the altar of Marvel.
This man said atheist church. That's the greatest thing I think I've ever heard.
That's all they did was watch YouTube. It's like, we don't want atheists to feel out. by not having a
That's
religion. So we
amazing.
made a meeting
That's
space
crazy.
for all of you
That's
guys.
insane.
So we made a religion
Insane.
for you.
Holy shit.
That's nuts, dude. That's nuts. But you know what? I can see a bunch of dudes in boot camp saying we need to watch this trailer. We will do whatever we have to together,
Essentially.
as a unit. I bet it was a unit building experience.
It was. We all bonded on that.
That respect
Find a way
that.
to watch porn? Nah, we need to watch the Avengers trailer.
Hey, at a time that kind of was a certain kind of porn. So hey,
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So here we go. This is the first real Doomsday trailer in now 7 months. First thing, not the this is the story happening right now. So no, this is it. So let's get
I'm going to
into
go
this.
full blown autistic here, Adam, just so you know.
Say stop and I'll stop. Let's go.
Okay.
So this is clearly Xavier School for the Gifted. Here we go.
Something's coming.
Pause.
All right, so it took me about 20 seconds to originally realize that was Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom voice.
I thought it was Nightcrawler the first time I watched
So did
it.
I. Thank you. I thought it was Nightcrawler.
I did too. So this is going to be light spoilers here because of the leaks, and I'm going to try to tie in the leaks to what we're seeing here in the trailer. What we know in the leaks is that incursions are happening because of Steve Rogers and going back to have a life with Peggy, with big tits, Haley Atwell. Who wouldn't? So the X-Men have taken it upon themselves. Dre, are you familiar with the leaks?
No. I haven't. I like just like Adam. I've been trying my best.
On this one, I'm beating the
fuck.
hell out of it.
I'm about to fuck it up for you, dude.
No, that's
he doesn't
fine.
care. He doesn't care. He doesn't care.
No. My investment in the MCU died in 2019. You can tell me the entire script from start to finish.
Yeah,
and
Okay.
I wouldn't give.
This
a
isn't
crap.
a case of
Okay.
him actively avoiding. This is him not caring. This is
I don't care. Apathy
apathy.
has set in. You
Okay.
So-
spoil away.
I'm gonna fuck
X-Men
this
versus
up.
Avengers is what it's gonna be.
So what's happening with the incursions is that the X-Men have taken it upon themselves their idea to stop the incursions is to destroy the incurring planets. With Professor X and Beast, their brains put together, they have created planet-killing nuclear bombs to stop incursions.
Yep.
This is what you're seeing right now is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's Earth. This is post-fight between the X-Men, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and Doc Ock. Doc Ock is helping Spider-Man because Doc Ock is good now after No Way Home. So Doc Ock and Spider-Man are fighting the X-Men, and with the help of Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine has a change of heart. It has been having a change of heart, stays behind and says, I'm not doing this anymore, and dies along with Tobey Maguire and Doc Ock. And Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's Earth, Sam Raimi's universe, is being destroyed right now in front of you, in front of your eyes.
Okay.
Yep.
I can
that tracks.
I can believe that. That sounds like something lazy.
And the
writers would
X-Men,
do.
the X-Men are destroying planets, and this is what's happening. I don't think
Well, the
I don't think any of them are happy with doing it, but it's what they are convinced they need to do
to accomplish what?
To stop incursions.
But you're destroying the planet. You're doing the incursion's job for it.
No, so it's this whole multiverse incursion thing about
like the planets come together and all that other dog water.
Yeah, the more incursions, the more it erodes and could destroy everything.
And so they're stopping the planets from colliding with each other, and the X-Men are trying to save their universe by destroying others. This is what they need to do to survive.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense,
Whatever.
Dre. You just go with it.
I'm not even. My brain just trying to.
This is all in the leaks. This is all in the leaks.
The thing is, like, leaks or not, I can believe it. I can believe that this is the script of this film. I can believe it. I can believe it 110%.
And there's no denying what you're looking at. That's what's happening. A planet is dying.
That planet is blowing up. There's no ifs, ands, or butt cheeks about that. So, yeah, that's whatever, man. I already know the story for this film is going to be an absolute disaster. Once again, where I'm at with Marvel and all comic book films going forward for the rest of my days until the good Lord Jesus calls me to my peace, I'm just going to go in there hoping to have fun. trying to get
I don't
a strong
see the
narrative.
fun in this movie right now.
No,
I
and
don't
I'm just
see
talking about in general.
Okay,
I want to go
okay.
there
Okay.
with popcorn that I don't pay for, with my hand down my pants. That
Jay, can
is
I
what
ask you your
want to do.
secret?
Yes, please. Oh, my secret. Oh, I robbed them.
Do you grab an empty popcorn bucket, the large size, the refillable size from the trash
Absolutely.
bin,
100%.
and then you go up and you ask them for a refill
110%.
and pretend it was yours?
I've been doing that since about 1998. So
That's the go-to.
absolutely.
That's what people do. They grab
110%.
the refillable size popcorn from the trash bin at the top, and then they go up to the concession stand and ask for a refill, and that's how you get free popcorn.
It has worked for me at Regal Cinemas, AMC Cinema, and Cinemark. It has never failed me once, and I will continue to do so.
It's a classic
until
trick.
they come and get me. But they ain't got the balls. So it's what's going down.
At my movie theater, we used to draw an X on the bottom, so we knew which ones were already handed out. So if it was handed out and somebody came up with an X, you don't get a refill.
That's actually pretty smart. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. The ones
Anyways.
in the DMV ain't that smart.
No.
All right, let's keep going.
Something we may not be able to deter before this day is done.
That looks like a 2013 video game cutscene.
Of Doom?
Yeah, I think this shot of him looks really bad. Like maybe
I think he
cinematic
looks great.
trailer. His costume, I think, is great. The CGI though, it's giving me major.
Well, we know his
2013
face is CGI
cinematic
because we
trailer
saw
vibes.
RDJ with the CGI dots all over his face. Now maybe that's because he's gonna get mangled.
It just
when we
looks
see his face
really
or
fake.
mask. Yeah.
I think it's excuse me. I think it's for audio reasons. If Robert Downey Jr. is performing lines under the mask, everything's going to be muffled. That's why they CGI on the Doom mask. It's for audio.
Well, they have the solution to that. Deadpool wears a mask, and that one's a lot closer to his face. They give him a throat mic, I think. But there is a mask solution that they've been using for a while.
But it's RDJ, man.
Yeah, it's
They
already
ain't gonna. He doesn't give a fuck. Just fucking put some
got
dots on my
paid-
face and call it a day.
What do you get? 90 million for this? What was that?
Over 100 million. So he gets 100 million for both movies. So 50 million per plus box office percentage.
Whatever percentages are in his contract. Yeah.
Yep.
There's no way this movie breaks even.
It's got a $2 billion break even.
Yes.
In-
Yes, it does.
At least, I think, when you take into
And here's the problem.
percentages like his.
If the marketing is just starting, they're gonna have to put at least $300 million of marketing into this. That's gonna
Can
make
you imagine?
That's gonna make production, which we know is $700 million plus $1 billion. Anyway, let's keep going with this.
That's crazy.
An unthinkable decision.
I hate his accent.
It's not good, but it's not bad. It's just nah.
New Avengers Tower.
Yep, the new Avengers Tower. By the way, boys, remember what Dr. Doom just said in that monologue right there. Just keep that in mind for later.
Mm-hmm. I have a theory. Jed's heard my theory. I know you two haven't about the end, but I'll wait till we get to the particular scene.
I have theories too.
I have a particular theory I want to run by Beardo and Dre.
I've fought with many warriors in my time.
All right, now I love this speech because it's Thor saying, "You all suck."
Yep.
You all.
He's channeling
suck.
the audience right there.
Yeah,
I know.
he is showing
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
And
you all suck.
And this speech is also very misleading.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's not this scene. It is not.
Oh
this
yeah,
scene.
it's
We know
about
this
the
is over.
X-Men probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're far stronger than all the.
All right.
Yep.
There are rumors, not rumors. There are discussions that, of course, there is missing things here.
Yep.
Dermy, and I'm giving this one to Dermy because it's the first time I heard it. Dr. Doom's supposed to be right here, dead center. That's what Dermy said on Friday.
Yeah, and that's because he listened to me on Tuesday night's main event.
The credit goes to Beardo.
I'm gonna out Dermy right there. Dr. Doom is gonna be standing right there in between the Fantastic Four. And what Thor is saying about this great threat that he's never seen before, and about warriors dying that were much mightier than this team right here, and they were all killed, and that he's scared. He's not talking about Dr. Doom. He is talking about the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
And Doom has told the Fantastic Four, and they have relayed the message to Thor, and Thor knows somehow they are all worried about the X-Men right here and how they're planning on defeating the X-Men.
Yeah, Dune's winding them all up, and I just want to for a moment. Let's look at these mighty heroes here. Now, this is OG Thor. And I give them respect for restoring Thor to looking proper from Infinity War.
That's is Infinity War Thor.
Great look.
He looks good. He looks good.
Yep.
All right, we got Black Falcon Captain America with his team
No
of one.
superpowers.
With his team of one of Ant-Man. Okay. We got the Fantastic Four, the Baby Steps version, all wearing jackets, and I am still so unimpressed with the Thing. It's just doesn't look
That looks
right,
like a onesie. It's like he looks comfy.
So
I don't know how he got in.
We know how unimpressive Pedro Pascal's Mr. Fantastic is. We saw it in the movie. He's completely unimpressive. And then we got the new Avengers. Florence, I'm 5'1" pew pew. Come on, dude.
Yep.
And also, I'm going to bring this back up. I deny this meme they're trying to push on us all week that you're the meme where the dude's walking with the chick and looks back at the chick and walk by, that we're ignoring ScarJo and Elizabeth Olsen for Florence Pugh Pugh. I'm not playing that game. I'm not playing that game. I'm not at all. Ghost, I think that's Bucky. We've got Red Guardian in his tracksuit, and there's
U.S.
John Walker, U.S. agent.
Yeah, U.S. agent. John Walker. Yeah. So without any
Most interesting character that they did nothing with.
Yeah.
Yeah. That man
he did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And
also, Ant-Man and Ghost standing right across from each other when the last time we seen them in the same room, they were villains in Ant-Man 2.
Yeah. So they should have.
And they're just chilling.
Animosity. And do you think there's anybody else missing here? Do you think there's anybody else missing? Just Doom. Just Doom.
I think just Doom, maybe Steve Rogers.
No, I don't think we're at Steve Rogers yet.
He's got to come in later because the X-Men they don't care about Steve Rogers from what we understand.
I think I have a better question. Why are they doing Avengers versus X-Men? I'm very confused.
I don't know. Don't ask me.
Because it's interesting.
Yeah, the book is interesting. I got that on my shelf. That book is amazing.
Because they're giving it to you. It's the same thing what they did with the first Avengers 2012 when Captain America and Iron Man are fighting Thor in the woods. It's the same thing. Before they become a team, they have to fight each other.
But it's so I hate the MCU rushing. That's what I always say about this stuff. They rush these things.
Yeah, beyond the rushing, let's just get that part out of the way. Let's just say the leaks that you're saying are accurate, Beardo, and the X-Men are planet killers.
They're all confirmed accurate.
Yeah. That means that they are legitimate villains. No ifs, ands. They're legitimate villains.
They don't think they are.
No.
It's not my world, therefore it doesn't matter.
Yeah, right. No, I know the X-Men don't believe they're villains.
It still makes them villains.
But that makes them villains. They're genocidal murderers. They're killing billions. That would make them the bad guys.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
So there is no redemption as far as like, let's team up now. You've killed billions.
I will guarantee you guys, Doom is standing there in the middle.
Oh, I agree. I don't disagree at all.
And he's puppet mastering all of this.
We know they're famous for omitting things from trailers this one. We know that's true. Yeah. All right.
Which they got taken to court for, by the way.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that, but they're doing it anyway.
But they still do it.
Put together, and they died.
We're gonna come back to Wakanda in a little while. We're gonna come back.
It doesn't matter. They're not going to be in the movie for all that long.
I know, but we'll talk about Wakanda later.
They're all going to die.
Died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one.
All right, proper Cyclops suit.
Yeah.
Good job.
Looks great.
Yeah, looks
good job. No problem
looks
with that.
great.
Took 30 years, but okay.
Tremendous.
All right, let me put a frame on this. There we go. It's his favorite right there. Channing Tatum as Gambit was a fucking meme from Deadpool Wolverine. I don't know why they did this. I don't
because he was great. He was popular. Everybody loved it. Remember he was so many years ago.
He's been campaigning for years for that.
Well, and he was supposed to get a solo movie. He was supposed to get a solo movie, and then that's why they put him as a what we're going to be saying incursion a lot. He was an incursion, and he wasn't supposed to happen. And that's why he was in the No Man's Land in Deadpool Wolverine. but he was so good and so popular that, hey, fuck it. You know what? Let's bring him back.
Yeah, I that's the best answer I can agree with. Yeah, but Shang-Chi, come on now, he's gonna die. He's dying.
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
Well, we'll get there.
Everybody dies.
Oh yeah. We know the leaks
there.
that everyone dies. Yeah.
We'll get there. Everyone does die.
Shang-Chi, give me a break.
Everything that they sacrificed.
So that's Steve Rogers.
All right. So wait, this is Loki. This is Loki.
No, rewind it.
The shot
of the card.
Of the card. Oh, okay. That's Steve's hand.
So according to the leaks,
Loki moves him to the Fantastic Four world.
This is back in time, what, 60s or 70s maybe. Loki from season 1 of Loki visits Steve Rogers and warns him, hey, motherfucker, you are making a mess with all these incursions. Steve Rogers is literally the catalyst of all of these fucking incursions happening. Because he wants to bang Haley Atwell's big tits.
Yeah, which I hate.
That's fair.
So Loki visits him and says, hey, dude, you're fucking everything up. Steve Rogers says, thanks, but no thanks. And Loki says, well, if you change your mind because the TVA is going to come after you and try to prune you, here's my card. I'll help you out. And you can tell that Steve Rogers because he's wearing a wedding ring and because he's married to Peggy Carter.
Thing that they sacrificed.
Yep. Is that the ring? Yeah, there's the ring right there. Good call. I listen, I've only watched this trailer technically twice, even though I wasn't really paying attention on Friday again. Good call. I didn't see that the first time, but I have a Steve Rogers theory when we get to the whole hammer scene. I want to run that by you guys.
It's not Hydra Cap.
No, it isn't. No, that's not my theory. That's
not my theory.
Okay.
I shall be for nothing if we do not stand together.
Yeah.
Put aside your petty squabbles.
All right, people are crying about a lot of the Rebecca Romijn Mystique look. I honestly don't care. I'm not that bent out of shape about it.
Why isn't she naked? That's my problem.
That's a lot of people are saying. Why isn't she naked?
I'm indifferent because this is like comic book accurate, but it's closer. But she should have kind of like revealing legs, like a split skirt or whatever, where she's got some sexuality to her.
They're
she's
not allowed
be
to make
completely covered
anymore,
up.
though. They're not allowed to do
also, Rebecca Romijn, much older
it does
now.
Look cheap. This costume does.
She probably doesn't have quite the physique that she had 20 years ago.
Oh yeah, sure, but she's still pretty. Woman.
I've criticized this part right here when she transforms to Florence Pugh Pugh. They're the same height. Rebecca Romijn's 5'9". Florence Pugh Pugh's 5'1" on her tiptoes. I just find that funny in this trailer that they didn't bother to just have her move down if she just transformed.
I would have loved for her to transfer into Scarlett Johansson.
Nah,
because that would have meant more in that fight. It would have meant more.
Idea. That's a better creative decision, Beardo.
Yep.
Well, they won't bring ScarJo back because of the whole suing around Black Widow movie.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. That's
as she should have. She got robbed.
Yeah.
Presume nothing except this. If you return.
I like the joke. Yeah, I like the meme going around. They've killed me 5 times. They're going to kill us both again. Don't worry.
Yeah. Hello, my old friend. This is the final goodbye for the 6th time.
Yeah.
Who will return has brothers and sisters.
Girl boss nods.
But mark my words.
Now that's I'm okay with that because
badass.
If you know Doctor Doom, he is capable of soloing the entire Avengers team.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm okay with that. I have no problem with that whatsoever. He's Doctor freaking Doom. Just where's the buildup? That's my problem. Where's the buildup?
There is no buildup.
There's no buildup
because what phase is this? 5,
6.
I don't.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
Now.
All the last 3 phases, 4, 5, and 6, have built up to nothing. They established characters that gone nowhere. They put in a bunch of films that nobody saw, and they had like 500 different streaming shows. And once again, nobody saw, featuring characters nobody cares about. This is nothing. It's nothing.
They ain't even thinking Onslaught. They ain't even thinking Onslaught. That is a no. They ain't even thinking that.
No. Once again, I got them books right behind me.
I remember this. I spent the summer of Onslaught reading it in Walmarts and other department stores. I didn't buy a single issue. I was stood there when my mom was shopping, reading comic books, going through it all. That's how I spent that summer.
Good.
So keep it paused right here.
Yeah.
we've said that Doctor Doom is going to be puppet mastering all of this. And that's where you get in the Xavier's mansion in his school that why the X-Men are fighting the Avengers, or why the Avengers rather are attacking the X-Men to stop them from killing planets. And that's Doom, although being truthful, is trying to eliminate some of the threats for his greater goal. At some point during the fight where the X-Men are fighting the Avengers, the Sentinels, if you rewind it a little bit, you see when it shows Cyclops and his optic blast that there's Sentinels walking in the background. At some point during that fight, Doom is going to take control. There you go. You got Sentinels walking on the left and the right.
Legs. Good call. Good call. I didn't see that. Nice.
So at some point during this fight, Doom is going to step away. And he's not going to be helping the Avengers probably at all. And he's going to assume control of the Sentinels and try to kill most of them and wipe them out. Like, that's his initial plan, is to wipe everybody out, the Avengers and the X-Men with the Sentinels. And then that's where you're going to get the team up and the realization that Doom is actually the villain. And the X-Men and the remaining members of the Avengers are going to team up together to stop Doctor Doom because he's been puppet mastering everything. That's where you get the next shot of Thor attacking Doom is going to be after, because if you go to rewind it a little bit to Thor, when Thor's first doing it, even before then.
The march up?
Before he jumps. This is the remains and the debris of the destroyed X-Men Xavier School.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So this is the remains of it, and a lot of people are gonna fucking die during this fight. And this is them. Thor, who's probably the only one who's conscious. Everyone's probably knocked out or dead, and Thor's the only one. And he realizes that Doom is actually the villain, puppet mastering everything, and that's why he attacks him.
And at this point, we know Steve has to be there because he's already have to have given him the hammer. Because the next scene here,
like giving him the hammer.
Yeah, handing over Mjolnir.
Oh, so you think that Steve is here?
I think Steve has to be there. I think he has to be there.
That's one thing I'm not too sure about.
Yeah. Well, now let's just next scene real quick. Let's get.
We're going to need a miracle.
Now that is reconstructed Mjolnir from Thor: Love and Thunder, because you see the cracks right there. So that is mainline MCU Mjolnir.
Yeah, the she Thor.
The one that Lady Thor,
Natalie Portman. Yeah,
Mighty Thor. Come on, you don't need to put gender in there.
My bad.
It's not possible.
Okay, all right. Jed has heard this. He's disputed me a little bit. I'm going to lay a theory on you guys, and those of the chat who haven't heard this one. Okay, so this is the Steve that Loki moved around to different world. They say leaks that he went to the Fantastic Four, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
This is mainline, or supposed to be main MCU timeline Steve.
Yep.
I have an issue with this that may be corrected by the end of Secret Wars, but that would have to be corrected then. If he is here and went to another world, that means he can't be Old Man Steve who gives Sam a shield. Now, walk with me here. Let's
I
once
don't
again.
Agree.
Let me walk you through this. Let me just walk you through this because it has to. That's fine. I welcome the debate because now Dre has heard me repeatedly complain about this. We have to remember, because of Endgame's retarded choice to choose Dragon Ball Z time travel rules, where every new thing creates a new timeline. Unless this Steve, as soon as this Steve stepped out of the world he went to, he started.
I can't wait to tell you that you're wrong.
Go ahead. I'm just saying it's just I don't. How can this be mainline Steve if he's not Old Man Steve? Unless they somehow rectify it and go back. Fucking Dragon Ball Z time travel rules.
Okay, let me tell
Dragon
you
Ball
why.
Z time travel rules eliminate the need for paradoxes. It makes it a lot smoother story.
So let me tell you why, Adam.
Okay.
The Steve who left at the end of Endgame did not know he was going to give the shield to Sam Wilson.
Sure.
Sam Wilson wasn't even deserving of the shield. He only knew because Old Man Steve gave it to him.
True.
This Steve doesn't know that he gave Sam Wilson the shield.
True.
at some point in Doomsday, probably not in Doomsday, but in Secret Wars, Sam is going to have a prove himself moment that he is Captain America. And that's why this Steve, who didn't give him the shield, is going to give him the shield in the future. The old man Steve at the end of Endgame, which, by the way, at the time of writing, the Russo brothers, Kevin Feige, they didn't fucking know this. Nobody knew this. This is just an ongoing fucking just like work as we fucking go here. This Steve doesn't know, but throughout the events of Doomsday and Secret Wars is going to realize that he needs to give Sam Wilson the shield for the events to happen, for him to become Captain America. That's what's happening here. Because this Steve right now never
I don't
gave
dispute any of that.
Sam Wilson the shield.
My whole point is not not that he hasn't given him the shield. Doesn't know that.
It's a time loop. Steve and the shield and Sam Wilson are in a time loop here.
But there's the problem because of Dragon Ball Z time travel rules, which is what these are. As soon as he steps out and create another timeline, he's not the original Steve anymore.
And
all I'm saying is
it breaks Endgame's rules too.
No, he's
that's what
he's
I'm
still
saying.
the original Steve. He just needs to use the Pym suit to get back to the other universe.
But he hasn't done it. As soon as he goes to other universes, he created other timelines. I'm saying,
well, and
that
was
doesn't
right
mean he's not a.
That's why
that
he's
doesn't
an
make him a
incursion.
different Steve.
It's not a different Steve.
Yeah,
no,
it's the
that's
same
what I'm saying.
Steve.
But if it's the same Steve, they're breaking their own rules that they chose to play by.
In Endgame.
Yes, by choosing Dragon Ball Z time travel rules.
Well,
so it's why I like Endgame.
It created
but
the
I
other
hate
timeline.
the
That's
concept.
still Endgame rules. Is he goes back, changes something in the past, which makes an alternate universe around him. And he's still the original Steve. He just created a new universe, so that's still intact.
yes, I'm legit here. So Steve is in a time loop here where this Steve has not yet given and doesn't know that he's giving Sam Wilson the shield. And Sam Wilson is Captain America now because of what happened in the past with Old Man Steve. And through the events of Doomsday and Secret Wars, he sees Sam Wilson as Captain America. He's going to have the heroic moment where he proves that he can be Captain America, which is going to then give Steve the opportunity as Old Man Steve to give Sam Wilson the shield in the past. So that whole time loop can connect and make sense.
And I would be okay with
They're
all of that.
gonna bring back
if
the
they
other
weren't
end.
operating with Dragon
Is what
Ball
I'm
Z
saying
time
makes
travel rules.
making sense?
No, it makes complete sense if they weren't using Dragon Ball Z time travel rules.
It makes sense in the
normal time
context
travel
of this of this film. The reason why this quote unquote, and I use this term very loosely, makes sense is because that's the type of time travel that was established. Taking him out of time, then encountering to see that what the future will be is everybody else's future. But he knows
I have
that
something. I have something. I have something.
Beardo.
Go for it.
It's got to take a dump.
Because not yet. I just did before the stream. Why would Steve have Sam's shield? Because Steve's shield was destroyed in
He got
Endgame.
a
It
new
got
one
split in
in
half
his
and
new
destroyed.
timeline. He got a new one in the new timeline. Yeah.
Hold on here. Work with me here.
Oh, that's a paradox you're about to.
Sam Wilson might die in Secret Wars. Steve takes Sam Wilson's new shield, and then when he's Old Man Steve, gives Sam Wilson's the shield, the shield.
That is a
Because-
major paradox.
That is
It
a-
was never created.
So the
Because
shield in
Will-
itself, the shield
is a
The new
paradox.
shield is a fucking paradox. It shouldn't exist, but it
Yeah.
only exists because of the fucking time paradox that is Steve Rogers and the shield. But Sam
This
Wilson's
conversation
gonna
is
die.
flaring up my
Sam
diabetes.
Wilson's
My
gonna die,
diabetes
Dre.
is
He's
exploding.
gonna die, and that's why Steve has to go as Old Man Steve to give Sam Wilson the shield at the end of Endgame because it's a paradox because he sacrifices himself in Secret Wars. And fuck,
And it would work.
I hate that I'm so smart.
It would work if it was normal time travel rules.
Jed's
That's
shaking
all I'm
his head.
saying. That's all I'm saying. Dragon Ball Z time travel rules does not allow for that kind of paradox. That's all I'm saying. Where every time you create a new change something, he creates a new timeline. That's all I'm saying. It works in normal time travel.
The assumption for
wrong.
years has been the assumption for years is he got his shield, as they're saying in the chat.
Your storm is getting
from the storm is hitting him.
The storm's coming for me.
Well, we haven't heard what you said for 5 seconds.
You're on like a 3-second delay.
Start over.
I can refresh again.
Yeah, go refresh again. They say, but I mean,
but
that's
Adam,
all I'm
that's
saying.
the only way it makes sense. Why would Cap have that shield?
But here's the thing,
But that's the thing.
Beardo, you're right.
In-game.
The problem is you're right.
Problem.
You're right, but the problem is they're by using what you're saying, which is how it would work with proper time travel rules. That's not the proper time travel rules they used in Endgame. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and you're right on that as well.
Yeah, so Adam, I think I get what you're saying.
The problem is everybody is right here, I think, and that makes the Russo brothers
that makes this stupid.
That makes the Russo brothers fucked in the head. Go ahead,
so Adam. What you're saying is that according to their own rules, plucking Steve from out of whatever time he is to now, whatever, which will be now the current future, because he is from the past, that would now create a different timeline that doesn't affect.
As you well know, as an anime guy, that's Dragon Ball Z time travel rules, right? I'm not wrong. That's why I'm saying Beardo is right. I'm right.
Yeah.
The Russo brothers are retarded.
Yeah, that is correct. I agree with all of those sentiments.
Because Beardo, I'm serious. Your line of thinking is spot on for regular time travel rules. Something that only exists because it was created through time travel, and it's a veritable paradox. But because it doesn't come in contact with itself, it continues to exist.
It could be a hopping. Yeah, it could close it with the hopping timelines. So the general consensus that I've heard is where the shield came from since Endgame was the shield that already existed in that new timeline, because he went into the past, made a new timeline.
That's what I always believed.
Original Steel. Yeah. So he could have initially in the original version of events gotten old, Pym particled over, gave that to Sam, but then the events of Doomsday and Secret Wars could happen, and then
because it's a completely
Beardo
different
reality.
Adam's argument
and then he could still
even
die.
Adam's argument is even relevant just with Endgame.
Yeah, because that's
just
the problem.
with Endgame. That argument is still valid. That they destroy the time travel rules that they established in the beginning of Endgame with Old Man Steve coming back to give Sam the shield. That still doesn't make sense in that conversation.
The Pym particles, the Pym suits can transfer through timelines. That's the whole reason they were able to get back into their own timelines after creating new timelines every time they traveled into the past. So Old Man Steve just kept his Pym particle suit, went back when he was ready, when he decided to, and it does close the loop on that. So the Dragon Ball Z time travel rules are the most scientifically plausible, and they eliminate the possibility of paradoxes, typical paradoxes.
But they're not as fun. That's what I said last time.
We're forgetting what Marvel's going to do with their scapegoat loophole with this, is that somehow Reed Richards and Victor Von Doom are going to science the shit out of it, and they're going to make it make sense.
Yeah, they're just going to do some techno babble.
Well, they're going to do some fucking magic tech shit, and this is the main MCU Steve Rogers, but Victor Von Doom is going to do something.
Problem. It shouldn't be based on the rules they established. But you're right. They're going to do what they always do with Reed Richards from the comics. I'm Reed Richards. I'm the ultimate get out of jail free card. I can fix everything.
Yep.
That's why I don't like Reed Richards. That's why I've never liked Reed Richards, because he's always, I can fix everything no matter what, because I'm Reed fucking Richards, smartest man in the world.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish this up. Move on. Just the theme. So we're is there anything else here? No,
that's it. That's it.
No, that's it. But the reason why I agree with Beardo, at least in the portion where he says they are going to reincorporate the Old Man Steve into the story, they're making a new version of Endgame, which they say is required viewing for Doomsday. So they're already revisiting those events. They're already willing to reconnect to those events. So I do agree that they're going to explain how Old Man Steve to Sam.
So you think they're going to go as far as rewrite their time travel rules?
No, it's still within their time travel rules. It still works within their time travel rules.
I'm with Jed. I don't think they're going to explain Old Man Steve in the new Endgame DLC. I think they're going to explain it.
Way to put it.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
It's DLC. They're adding DLC to Endgame. They're going to explain Old Man Steve in Secret Wars is what they're going to do.
Yeah, I agree.
I just mean they're already revisiting the story of Endgame, so they're thinking about it.
It's pretty much all but confirmed that in the beginning of Doomsday, I think this is probably going to be the opening act of Doomsday, is showing Steve going back to replace the stones and to replace Mjolnir in Asgard. I think that's going to be it. It's going to open up the movie. Steve is traveling through time, replacing the stones, and then he's going to stop and he's going to see Peggy. They're going to have a moment, and then boom, Marvel Studios show all the fucking superheroes, and then it's going to probably go to modern time.
They have to write that scene with Red Skull so well. For him returning the Soul Stone, that they have to do a good job with that one.
Truth. Also, I can already tell you at least one scene they're going to add into the Endgame DLC, which is going to tie into Doctor Doom. We've seen the deleted scenes from Endgame remember in Infinity War when Thanos does the snap and he goes to what do you want to call it?
Soul Realm.
The Soul Realm. Thank you. And he's talking to young Gamora. We've seen the deleted scene of when Tony snaps and he's visiting an older Morgan Stark. That was a deleted scene. They're going to put that in the movie. That's going to be a finished scene. And it's going to tie in. It might have even been reshot where Tony is in the Soul Realm talking to a older Morgan Stark. And that's going to tie in to Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark being a variant of Victor Von Doom.
That's one of my biggest questions.
That's going to be an Endgame. I guarantee you that's going to be in the game. I am in the movie. Sorry, I'm saying DLC,
he's not shaking
and I'm
his
thinking
head because he disagrees.
No, I know. No, it was pain. No, but I'm just saying I'm doubling down on Dre's pain. That's going to be in the movie.
Yeah, I believe you. I have no reason to defend these bastards. I have nothing. This film is nothing. Everything about this is a disaster. 5 months.
5 months.
Yeah, December,
5 months.
right?
December 18th.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I have one more thing, Adam. I have one more thing.
Okay. What do you got?
Revolving Doomsday. One more thing.
Okay.
I'm sharing my screen. Okay, Dre, you ready?
We told this again. Oh no.
Are you ready?
Again, baby Jesus.
Ass.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So for the end fight, the end of the movie, Thor's alive. Thor 2 is alive because that's all Steve Rogers is going to be is second Thor.
Shirt and pants, man.
He's second Thor.
Man,
You think about it. It's Thor and Thor 2. So they're going to be alive. Reed Richards is alive.
Yeah.
The left side of the X-Men are going to be alive. I think that Doom in the Charles Xavier's Mansion school.
I have one example for that. I don't think Nightcrawler is there because of Alan Cummings' comments about how he shot a scene where he didn't know who anybody was because they were all wearing masks. So
did you see the scene?
No, I remember reading about the article a year ago.
Nightcrawler's there.
He's there.
Nightcrawler's there.
So
he's there.
Yeah, he just did.
Again. All right. So what you're saying is Alan Cummings shot the scene, and everybody else was CGI'd in
everything
because they didn't know at the time of shooting that they didn't know.
Yeah,
that's right, Jed. That's right, Jed. Nightcrawler will be there at the end of the movie. Okay. Magneto and Charles, they're probably going to die at the battle at the X Manor. So the left side of X-Men are going to live. Ant-Man's dead. All of the Thunderbolts are dead, except for Yelena. Yelena's going to survive.
She's the future.
Yelena's alive. Ant-Man's dead. Sue Storm, the Thing, and Johnny Storm, they're dead. The Wakandans, we got Shuri and Wakanda Man, they're going to die.
Wakanda.
And, yeah, I mean, what do you know his name?
M'Baka.
M'Baka. Yeah, he's dead. Shuri's dead. Mexican Falcon, he's dead.
Oh, he's so dead.
The only ones that survive up until the final fight is Shang-Chi, Reed Richards, the left side of the X-Men right here, Yelena, Thor, and Thor 2. They're alive in the final fight against Doom and the Sentinels. Here's how the movie ends, Dre.
Okay.
Everyone dies. Everyone. Yeah. Doctor Doom wins.
It's become God Doom.
Doctor Doom wins, but then guess what?
What?
After Doctor Doom, all the incursions are over, the multiverse is over because Doom kills Loki, rips his heart out and eats it,
Okay.
Is that how he becomes God Doom?
He absorbs Loki's Idrisil powers.
Oh,
so you know how Loki is Idrisil?
Yeah, he's holding it all together. Yeah.
Doom rips out Loki's heart and fucking eats it. Doom becomes God Emperor Doom, fights everybody, kills everyone, and now there's no more incursions. There's no more multiverse. There's essentially no more Earth. And Doom creates a brand new Earth, only one Earth, and creates Battle World, and then resurrects everyone with mind wipe, brainwash, and everyone's alive.
Right, question:
and they all worship and work for Doctor Doom in his Battle World.
The Thor core. Do you think he makes Thor core?
That's already confirmed that there's going to be multiple Thors.
So they're doing the Thor core. Okay.
There's going to be about 20 or 30 Chris Hemsworth Thors that are that are Doctor Doom's army.
Yeah.
But that's going to be in Secret Wars.
Yeah. Which is not a soft reboot, everybody. Kevin Feige confirms it's not a soft reboot. We're not rebooting anything.
Also, in Secret Wars, Tony Stark is alive. Tony Stark is alive, and he's a drunk, alcoholic, degenerate gambler, and there's a casino on Battleworld where all the degenerates are, and that's where Tony Stark is, and we're getting Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, Iron Man, who is going to fight alongside the Avengers after they get their memories back somehow.
Of course.
After they get their memories back somehow, Tony Stark, Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. is going to fight with the X-Men Avengers group of friends against Doctor Doom, and yeah.
Do you think they're going to do the Thanos spine rip out moment?
I hope Doom does that to Kang. I hope that they have to announce Kang with what they did with Jonathan Majors, and they were building up Kang, because essentially this Doomsday was supposed to be Kang. Everything that's happening with Doctor Doom was supposed to be Kang. So hopefully they address that, and they immediately in the first act of the movie have Doom do that spine rip out that they did in the comics with Thanos. Yeah. I think he might do that to Kang in Doomsday.
Yeah.
Is what I think.
All of this, gotta take a breath. And as I take a breath, let's check it up. Super chats in here. CC Black for $1.99. I'm glad the story is based on Reed and Doom. I hope that's that's being sarcastic, because this isn't going to be based on Reed and Doom at all from what we just have gone over. Also, for another $1.99 for CC Black, new leak trailer calmed my worries.
Oh yeah,
we've got the there. Got the stuff from, we can't look at it though, from Comic-Con. And another $1.99. Steve was in F4 posting watch TV with son. I don't remember that.
So that was I believe that was a Comic-Con, some convention where they showed something, but then they changed it when because they were filming Doomsday right when Fantastic Four was coming out, and that's where you had that
scene was filmed at the Fantastic Four Stinger was filmed during Doomsday in the UK.
Correct.
Yeah. And one more from CC Black, $1.99. Thought opening scene was Toby Hugh Ryan. That's probably the first actual scene in the movie. What Beardo was describing is a theoretical prologue. What we got, the actual battle is probably, that's the first scene likely. So there's always a prologue, of opening gambit, as I sometimes call it, like that.
So I think you'll get Steve returning the stones and Mjolnir, and then you get the Marvel Studios intro, and then it'll probably go to Toby's universe being destroyed by the X-Men.
Thank you, CC Black, for the total of $8. And over on Stream Elements, Nolan Apology Fund for $100. Bearder, how much was that?
$100.
He says, good luck on the move. Sorry about my film. Thank you very much, Nolan Apology Fund. Don't worry, your money will be used for that move because it's expensive. Anyway, all right. Wow, that went a little bit. If anybody needs to go now, that's fine, because that's fine. I'm all for it because we hadn't analyzed.
I blame Beardo for all of this. This is all your fault.
Sorry. Well, I told you I was going to autism the fuck out during that.
I love autism the fuck out of now. I don't think we'll autism the fuck out of this one for as long, but I still want to go over it, because this one's mainly because I want to feel Dre's pain with my pain.
Why?
Because Lanterns is going to be terrible. It's going to be horrible. Just it's everything we knew it was going to be. I mean, the DCU is in shambles already. Supergirl, as bad as we knew it was going to be. Clayface, Does anybody really care? It's going to make money from a low budget, but I mean,
no Batman. I don't care.
No Batman. You don't care. You don't care.
I do want to see it as a standalone, pretending it's separated from everything else. It does look interesting.
I gotta watch it to review it. That's about it. It's the
Jed. If the name on this film wasn't Clayface, no one would care. I'm gonna be honest.
It's true. I realize that I'm an outlier. I like body horror though.
But here's the thing: if for the Clayface movie, we know it's Matt Hagen. We know, and remember when they said the Clayface and Creature Commandos wasn't Matt Hagen, but now they've come out and said it was Matt Hagen.
Yeah,
and they're the same. What?
Well, I think that's a matter of Peter Safran not knowing what's going on.
That's distinct possibility because he's not even on that side of it. But here we go, Lanterns. We are 2 weeks away from this. I'm reviewing it. We've got a new show coming out, Brightest Day, Blackest Night Reviews. Jez made a really good thumbnail. I like it. I'll show you guys at the end.
You like it?
Good. I like it. Well, yeah, I like it. I like it. We'll show one of the variations. We still have to run it by Dermy first. But anyway, here we go. Oh, no, we can't play it. I forgot because
I can't play it.
Fuck them. But we'll just go through it real quick there. So essentially, Hal Jordan's going to say fuck a lot, and he's training Jon Stewart, which is already a problem because later on they tell us over here with dang it, stop that, with Sinestro that what are you doing? Training to help you? No, I'm training my replacement. Which Dre, we've already gone over again. That's not how it works.
That's
the ring
not
chooses.
How it works.
A Green Lantern has to die. A Green Lantern has to die for a ring to move on.
He has to either die or the Guardians see that you are no longer worthy and they remove the ring from you and then it can be reassigned.
Yeah.
And you have to be chosen.
And you have to be chosen.
Rings or Guardians
still have to choose.
Yeah.
You still have to be chosen. The idea that now I'm training Jon Stewart to be the next Green Lantern is laughable.
Is he using Hal's ring?
Yes,
he is.
Yes.
Oh,
you understand
you
understand the absurdity of this now. They're having him use the ring.
He's just saying, "Hey, bro, hold my beer." And what?
Yep.
And he makes a little birdie construct without a tether. Just birdie construct.
James Gunn.
Yes. James Gunn.
He is a joke.
We go over this. So now it's all about Hal walking around saying there's something going on in this town. It's an alien thing. You're going to want us here. They're all angry. And they just keep going. A lot of cursing and a lot of bad construct CGI until we get to, I'm just going to go right to it. Okay. Right now, this is where they start talking about, have you heard of the Manhunters? Hal goes, what Manhunters? It's been suggested to me that this is a recreation of Mars. That's okay. I'll just play this without sound for 2 seconds.
It looks like Mr. Manhattan, what he made on Mars in The Watchmen.
That's a good comparison. We'll just play this. We'll see the subtitles here for a second here. There's no audio. I didn't share audio. Or the Manhunters are the most dangerous beings to ever exist in the galaxy. Now, if it was Dre, no man escapes the Manhunters, as we've described, the original basically robot cops or enforcers that the Guardians made. I'm going, okay, this is probably gonna be dumb. They're gonna look like shit, okay, but then they go to this right here. This guy explaining they are, and I'll let it play right here. They are shapeshifters and can take the form of any species. And here we go. Watch this. Dre, what does that X remind you of?
Maybe the Martian Manhunter.
I
hate everything. And this is why Jed obviously is having technical difficulties, but you missed it last week, Beardo. It was just Jed speaking out of his ignorance because he just didn't know anything. He was like,
he doesn't know
Martian Manhunter. He doesn't know. He was like, the Martian Manhunter. Oh, that means everybody's going to be shapeshifters. Me and Adam were like, ha, 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 ha. Oh, Jed, you young bastard. Let me explain to you how the real Manhunters work. They're robot killers. And he said, okay. Well, thank you for correcting my ignorance. What's James Gunn's excuse?
Just make them Martians.
Notice it's red. And I think with a better quality version, I think he's going to make them white Martians too. I think you can make them white Martians.
Under what circumstance will we? This is how I know that these dumb beavers have no idea what they're doing. They always not known, but now it's confirmed. You have rings that don't have tethers, and they create constructs. Anyone can use a ring. Anyone can use a ring. You don't know who the Manhunters are. You then combine them with the Martians in order to create the Martian Manhunter moniker, when that's got nothing to do with the Green Lantern Corps.
Yep.
Can I ask you guys a question that might piss you off?
But we're already pissed. Go for it. We're already pissed.
My knowledge of Martian Manhunter and the Martians is just from the animated movies.
That's fine.
Okay.
Do you remember in Justice League Doom with the Legion of Doom?
Yes.
Yes.
Gallifa'ak. Yeah.
Martian Manhunter's villain who lights him on fire. What's his name?
Yeah. Gallifa'ak.
Stop cursing at us.
Do you see where I'm going at here?
You think
with Gallifa'ak? Is that his name?
Yeah, well, it's Malfa'ak, but sometimes
Malfa'ak.
Yeah, Malfa'ak. Yeah.
Is he going to be the main villain in this TV show?
It has to. So, Sinestro's in prison.
Yeah,
so...
we're in here. Sinestro, he's in prison and he's mocking Hal. Over here's the Sinestro looks terrible.
Yo, I don't know what they did. Who is this poor man that they drug out of the nursing home?
We were too tough on Mark Strong.
We were too tough on that entire movie. At least they were respectful of how it all works.
We
look at this.
Look
at this. Look at that outfit. And I have this right here. I don't know. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I have this right here. Lantern's co-creator Chris Mundy says he wanted Hal Jordan's suit to be scuffed after years of wear. Dre, the suits are constructs. The suits are constructs.
Suit works.
The suits are constructs. That's simple.
Jesus H. It is a part of the ring, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's no excuse for their ignorance and stupidity. There's no excuse. I've got nothing for them. There's no excuse for how bad this is going to be.
And then there's the other half of this. This is not Jon Stewart. At one point he says in this, the ring was always mine. That should disqualify you immediately.
Yes.
From being a Green Lantern. And you're not a Green Lantern, you're an orange. You get an orange ring, you get a green ring. If that's your mentality.
Yeah. Man, shoot, you get a ring pop. That's what you get. That noise, man. Jesus Christ. Jon Stewart in this movie is resentful, he's greedy, he's avaricious, and I've heard the meme, and I agree that this is the Jon Stewart villain origin story. It is, but it's going to be framed as something good because he's a black. I don't have time for this stupid garbage.
That's what this is. This whole thing is about Jon Stewart wanting something Hal Jordan has, not understanding how the lore works of giving a ring back and forth, and clearly not understanding general DC creature world-building lore if you're combining the Martians with the Manhunters.
It's so ridiculous.
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
We have our theories, and there is leaks out there about this show, but I've been on this show months ago saying that I think that Hal Jordan's going to die by the end of season 1.
Everybody says now he dies in the first episode. The rumor is now he dies in the first episode, which is almost 2 hours, I believe, I've heard.
Yikes.
Yeah, they're going to have us sitting there for over an hour watching this first episode. He dies, and the rest of it is John running around doing stuff and maybe suiting up by the end. I don't know. All I know is
what are the odds that Hal Jordan joins the Sinestro Corps and the ring abandons him? Hal Jordan's ring abandons him in the favor of Jon Stewart, and Hal Jordan joins the Sinestro Corps.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, Beardo. Does that sound like a fun and cool and interesting story?
No.
Does that sound like a fun and cool, interesting story?
I mean, maybe. It could be kind of.
Yeah. Yes, you're right.
It could be
maybe
kind
it
of.
could be kind of. That means it's not going to happen.
Yeah. All right. Whose hand is that right there? Whose hand is that? Charging up on the battery.
It looks like a black man's hand.
It looks like a black man's hand.
I
yellow, though.
I don't know. I don't know, but that's clearly somebody charging the ring in the battery, which is a shitty design, by the way. Yeah, so here we are. We are now 3 weeks away. Sunday, August 16th is the premiere of Lanterns. I will be reviewing it, and then let me just get it up here right now real quick.
It would be interesting, Dre, if Hal Jordan joins the Sinestro Corps, and Hal Jordan is one of the villains towards the finale of season 1, and maybe the Martian Manhunter Hunter Mans is like the mid-season enemy, and then you get to the finale where it's Hal Jordan Sinestro Corps. Yellow Corps is the villain, but I don't know if they're smart enough or creative enough to do that.
Okay, well, we know the answer to that already. We already know they're not. But the idea of having him become Parallax in this show, I don't really have an issue with the idea behind that, because that's, from my personal opinion, that's when Hal Jordan gets really interesting. When he becomes when he goes mad with power and becomes Parallax. I think that's cool. However, basing off the trailers that we see, it's either the Sinestro Corps has already been defeated and has been gone for years, and because now this is an older Hal Jordan that's clearly about to retire, or whatever the freak this stupid show is trying to say. As interesting as that might be, I don't see them even getting anything remotely close to anything that entertaining. So
are they going to give Hal Jordan a timer? You must find your replacement by X amount of time, and that's how Jon Stewart.
I don't know.
Like the ring is in transfer from Hal Jordan to Jon Stewart, because if he's retired and he's still worthy of the Green Lantern Corps in the ring, and he's put on a timer, then maybe you can see Hal Jordan join the Sinestro Corps, but it just sounds too creative for them to do something like that.
Then you have to have a whole arc based on fear, though. What are Hal's fears? And I don't.
But we don't know how. So that's what I'm saying. All of this is stupid.
Yeah.
All of this is stupid because we don't know the current reigning freaking Green Lantern of the show. We don't know him.
It's Guy Gardner.
He's in the show. We saw him.
Guy Gardner's
in the trailer.
Show.
He's there.
He's in the trailer.
He's in the trailer. He's in the trailer.
Which once again proves how the ring is supposed to function. You can have multiple people with different rings on Earth in the same sector. These people are retarded. It's bad. It's bad. Like you can't sit there and you forget how your rings work in your own film and then go to a TV show and then forget how that works too. Under your own writing, guys.
But he has to be ready for Man of Tomorrow.
I don't give two squirts of piss about Man of Yesterday. This is garbage. Okay?
You know what's not going to be garbage, though? Me, Jed, and Dermy reviewing this show once a week for a panel discussion.
Look at that thumbnail, dude.
Jed
made
this.
Thumbnail.
Jed
looks, dude. That's
you guys like it
right there, dude.
Hey, yeah, Dermy, Jed, this is well done.
Wanted to be a black man. Dermy wanted to be a black man, so we got him.
I don't know why he got the fade, though.
He wanted it. That's what he asked for, so we gave it to him.
He ain't never had no core like that, fat bastard.
That's a great thumbnail.
Yeah, so we haven't set it on a day yet, but we will be doing Brightest Day, Blackest Night reviews.
That's really good.
Talking about the show each week, making ourselves suffer even more. So tune in for that. We'll keep you guys updated with a day that'll happen on. All right, now for our last little bit here, let us talk San Diego Comic-Con, which is probably wrapping up as we speak. Let me refresh this, see if anything's changed. Now, I'm at IGN because they've collected it all. We're just going to go down the list, I don't think, in any possible chronological order. So if there's a video you guys want to watch, you say so, and we'll watch it. Actually, you know what? Let me
as we start this, just wondering, how am I caught up? Do I sound okay? I'm going to leave my camera off.
You sound good.
You sound like a human
I restarted
being.
my internet, and it seems to have helped.
Okay, good.
Yep.
All right. So I've shared sound. If there's a video, a trailer you guys want to watch, you let me know, because this is all official stuff out of release stuff. So we go right now. So I think we could skip the Doomsday stuff.
Yeah, please, Scott, skip it, please.
Well,
if God
there is some Doomsday stuff I want to ask Beardo about real quick here.
Okay.
So as part of the San Diego Comic-Con Doomsday stuff, they had all the characters' costumes on mannequins to show off. That's when we got the really good looks at Doomsday and whatnot. they introduced through this some characters called the Latverian witches, which is, I think, 3 witches that work closely with Doom. The theory is, and I want to see if you agree with this, Beardo, that they're variants of Scarlet Witch. Because they're both Eastern Europeans, Latveria and whatever that other place was called.
Oh, Sokovia?
Sokovia. I could see them being Scarlet Witch. We don't have confirmation that she's...
I think one of them is Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, I think at least
I'd like to see some Liz Olsen. I'm okay with that.
I think one of the Latverian Doom witches is Scarlet Witch. I think the other one is Charlize Theron. She was in Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange. I think one of them is her.
Post-credit scene.
Yep. Yeah. So one is her, one is Elizabeth Olsen, and I'm not sure who the third is. Maybe it's Natalie Portman. She-Thor.
Could be Sue Storm if that's Secret War stuff.
Jed. Okay.
You know, they're running with just because if we're talking replacements, I just got to throw this out there. I heard a rumor today. I saw it this morning.
Yeah.
When I dared. I'm just gonna get it. I don't want to spoil this.
Spoil it.
I want to get the picture up. I want to get the picture because I want proper representation of beauty here. So there are rumors now floating around that they've recast She-Hulk for Secret Wars.
Yeah, you guys heard this? I have heard this.
Have you heard this?
And I haven't heard of a recast.
The new actress is perfect.
Perfect. It is the one, the only, hang on. Damn it. I didn't set it up. The one, the only, the extremely beautiful Alexandra Daddario.
I love that woman. She has beautiful eyes.
She has great tits.
She is she is the definition of beautiful woman. I mean,
she should have been Lois Lane.
I would have. I mean, that she is just.
She should have been.
She's a mom too. She's a mom. She got
she
two
is.
kids. She got 2 kids.
Damn right she is.
Look at this.
I'm one of them.
Have mercy. So.
What do you always say, Adam? What was that? With 2 hands? With 2 hands!
Even. With 2 hands even, and my face. But here's the thing. I've seen the stand started crying. What about Tatiana? Yeah, good night.
Yeah, she's a cunt.
Yeah, you can go away.
Nobody
she a bitch.
want Masalani.
Yeah. Alexandra Daddario. Yes, please. With seconds and thirds. Okay, so we'll skip Doomsday stuff. Deadpool confirmed. Okay, Black Panther 3. With
I think it's great casting.
I don't care about the casting. I just think, man, just okay.
Maslany will not have my
Oh,
salami.
Okay, that was a real big delay there. We're already past that. I gotta write that one down. I've been writing them down today.
Oh no!
I don't think he knows how the
Jed, heaven help you!
I respect it.
You, Jed. Oh no!
Oh no! I mean, yes. I mean, that's a great line, but we were already past it.
Oh, you know who another one of Doom's witches could be?
Who?
Agatha.
It probably is.
Oh yeah,
it probably is.
Yeah,
it's
going to be Agatha, Scarlet Witch, and then Charlize Theron are going to be his witches.
Yeah, you're probably right. All right, so we got Black Panther 3 announced. I don't care. I didn't even see Black Panther 2. And it's going to be they don't have it here.
Much.
Yeah, I know. And it's got this dude who apparently was
he was the AI in Romulus.
That's right. Yeah.
And he was the best part of that movie.
Yep, he was. Not even close.
Yeah. So
that movie was horrible.
I think this is a non-starter. Black Panther 3. It really is. I don't think it's.
I mean, they're just trying to get niggas in seats. I get that. I understand.
He says it all the time. Don't worry. I'm now. It happens. I move forward. Okay, Ghost Rider with the Ryan Gosling.
This is a dub. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. Ryan Gosling has a ton of goodwill right now. And he's really good on the road with marketing.
Yes,
Ryan Gosling
doesn't.
He plays the game correctly. We'll just say it like that. He plays the game right. and he's been campaigning for this for years apparently. So I think they got this. This is a good, and if they have it standalone, not connected, I think it'll be even better. So I think this is a win. I agree. I think this is a win because
it's going to be connected.
Oh, it will be, but I think if they limit it, it'll be better if they limit it though. Make it feel like it's all by itself.
Well, the first movie, you're right, Adam. The first movie will be standalone, but they're not casting Ryan Gosling to not use him in the future for future Avengers tie-ins movies.
No.
Like that's why you're casting Ryan Gosling for it. This is a dub, and it makes sense because Sean Levy and Gosling, they're doing the Star Wars Starfighter movie. It makes sense. They have history. They're working together. And Sean Levy, a lot of people are complaining about Sean Levy doing this. Sean Levy's directed some of the best episodes of Stranger Things. And he also directed Deadpool Wolverine, which I like. I like Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah,
I don't
hate
hate Sean Levy directing Ghost Rider. I don't hate it.
Yeah. I think it's within his wheelhouse, which is why I think me saying that, I still think Starfighter is going to be a disaster. That's going to be a big disaster.
I think you're going to be wrong.
Well, we'll find out.
I think Starfighter is going to be a pleasant surprise. I'm not saying it's going to make $1 billion, but I think it's going to be the best Star Wars media entertainment that we've gotten in a long time.
When I say disaster, I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm saying nobody's going to give a shit because there's total apathy for Disney Star Wars.
Word of mouth. There's definitely a lot of apathy for sure. But Ryan Gosling is single-handedly
he will be the thing that makes it work. If it does work, it'll be because of him. Because of him.
So I got to give him credence over the brand.
I'm not going to make any box office predictions till we see those first trailers. Then I'll start.
Oh yeah, of course not.
I think they're going to make him a Jedi.
No, they're doing Lone Wolf and Cub type of thing. They're doing Mando Grogu all over again, where he's picking up the kid and protecting it.
Adam, they're going to make Ryan Gosling's character a Jedi by the end of the movie.
There is the supposed fight, which they claim Tom Cruise directed.
Choreographed,
directed, whatever. He probably just held the camera for a little bit, and they're claiming he did something. Anyway, real good, though. Kellamore for $5. Never saw F4, but how the hell do they get around Franklin Richards' powers and abilities? That's
a good question.
Talking Franklin Richard, that's a stream all by itself.
Yeah.
Talking Franklin Richard and his broken ass shit. So
yeah.
I think that's really another character that Doom could kill and absorb his powers.
I was about to say, I think Franklin Richards is there to have his powers absorbed.
Yep.
Or at least turned into a battery of sorts. Maybe not killed, but a battery.
Yep.
Battery. And also, Franklin Richards, if we're going to theorize for half a second here, Franklin Richards is how they fix everything, I bet.
Ooh, at the end of Secret Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Franklin Richards, I mean, just like his father, he's a go-to to fix everything when it's broken.
I also think there's going to be a significant time jump.
Broken. That boy is broken.
There's going to be a time jump in Secret Wars. That's how you're going to get T'Challa Jr. as a full-grown adult.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And you're also going to get Franklin Richards as a full-grown adult.
Because remember,
or at least a teenager.
Because remember, that's how they fix everything after Onslaught. Franklin Richards fixed everything. Brought everybody back to life, in a way. So.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. God of War Laufey Pan reveals a new Kratos game. We haven't really talked. We talked a little bit about Laufey for weeks ago. Our general thoughts were, it's one of the things I say, wait till the game comes out. I'm not going to judge that game till it comes out. I think there are a couple obvious cringe aspects to it, but the game actually looks like it'd be fun to play from what we saw, the gameplay aspects.
Yeah.
And it doesn't change Kratos' story. It's outside his story. So if we're now getting a Kratos game that is following the timeline, I'm there for it.
What I've heard from this is that God of War Laufey is going to directly lead into God of War 6.
Yeah.
And that to understand the start of God of War 6, you'd have need to be caught up on Laufey.
And
I think they're going to Egypt.
Oh, I agree. That'd be that. That's after Greek and Norse. That's the second most famous setting of gods that everybody can easily recognize.
Yeah.
So that's an easy one. And I would, and I said this when we talked previously, I think it would be fun to have Kratos and Faye fighting together as a team. Eventually.
Dead. She's dead.
I think she's going to pierce her way out of that dead zone. I think she's going to fight her way out.
I don't think so, because then solo Laufey games are done. if they want to make Lao Fei into a franchise and you want to do 2 or 3 of them, you keep her in the underworld into whatever
that world is, whatever that world is. Okay, that's an excellent point. I hadn't thought of that. That's a good point. That's a good point. And CC Black for $199. Ghost Rider equals Midnight Suns. Dre, you like your Midnight Suns?
I do like Midnight Suns. I actually like that team a lot. I don't want them touching it because you have to have Ghost Rider. Then you have to introduce Blade, which they cannot do because they're terrible. Then you have to do a different version of Magic, which they won't do. There's so many characters you have to introduce to try to get to even having a Midnight Suns team up. You have to bring back Doctor Strange in some way, shape, or form. There's so many moving parts in order to get a Midnight Suns team.
But you have to set it up. So, but
Ghost
Rider might be a good introduction into it to get it started.
The amount of setup that you need
is Wolverine in Midnight Suns.
And there is a version in which after he escapes hell, he because magic gets him out of hell, and then he joins Midnight Suns. But that's a temporary thing. He's not like.
If we want to go down another rabbit hole, Marvel said that they're rebooting or restarting with the X-Men and Wolverine isn't going to be included. But yet, on the other hand, they have said that Hugh Jackman is going to play Wolverine, and Hugh Jackman himself said that he's going to be playing Wolverine a lot more in the MCU. But if they're restarting the X-Men without Wolverine, but yet Hugh Jackman is under contract, then what the fuck is he going to be doing? What movies are they making? What are they going to make, more shitty solo Wolverine movies?
Or if they start doing do other teams like Alpha Flight, if they do like an Alpha Flight movie with Wolverine and Sasquatch and all those.
I can see them doing a Wolverine Midnight Suns.
I mean, would they put him on the Midnight Suns team? Of course, because that's money. I wouldn't surprise. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if they throw him on there. Anything Hugh Jackman touched right now would turn to gold. So putting him on that team with Magic and Ghost Rider and all the magical characters, what was that, Nico, all these different characters, like I can see that happening because he could be a fish out of water character that everybody follows. So that we as the audience can get to know these characters that the overwhelming majority of people don't know.
And he's the hook.
Yeah, he's the hook. He could be being drugged into this because there's even certain teams in which like Storm was featured on their team, whatever. Like other people come to help the team.
That's how they bring him out of hell, Dre. He dies in Doomsday.
Ah, yes, and then Magic goes and gets him from the void and brings.
I'm a fucking genius.
Yeah, I mean, look, I see where you're going. It's a smart move.
Okay, so thank you for that $1.99, CC Black. Now, of course, so I think this was a smart move to announce another Kratos game right after everything went down with Lao Fei and all the conversations. So I think this was a smart move. And
yeah, sure.
Like I said, I agree with Beardo. Egypt.
Yeah, going to Egypt would be huge.
Go to Egypt. We don't care about lanterns. We talk about that. We're going to talk about that there. We don't need to talk Rings of Power because only Jed and I care about that, and Jed's not here. So we're not going to talk about Rings of Power. I'll be reviewing it in 4 months. There. Moving on. And I already did my video on that, and this guy sucks. Charlie Vickers. He's an idiot. More Rings of Power. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Mutant thing here is going to be the star of a new Blade Runner show.
I don't know what I'm looking at. Is that a dude?
That is what's his name?
Hunter Schafer.
Hunter Schafer. Thank you. Yeah, the he, she, it Hunter Schafer, who they wanted to play Princess Zelda. Remember?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's the one that thought it'd be perfect. He'd be perfect for Zelda. So yeah, so now Hunter Schafer is the star of a new Blade Runner show, Blade Runner 2099. No,
yeah. Have you heard the synopsis of it?
Actually, no. I actively ran away from it as soon as I saw this announcement. What is it?
She plays some type of like cyborg who's been misplaced in a wrong body.
Get next. Just next.
Wow, there you go.
No allegory there, Lord.
It's
no
literally
allegory.
Some type of fucking cyborg that's been misplaced in the wrong body, and they casted a fucking trans actor to play the role.
I might have to review this thing just for shits and giggles. Just for shits and giggles. When's it coming out? This year. Well, I guess I'm going to do it. Chat, should I do it? Review this god-awful thing? November. My Thanksgiving present. Thank you. I'm be thankful for Blade Runner 2099 causing me pain. Hunter Schafer, give me a break. All right. Avatar: The Last Airbender Stark First Gang's relationship status. There's some Avatar news.
How about that nonsense? Is anybody watching that crap?
The new one, this thing?
It's a movie, right?
Well, there was the movie that was leaked. This is a new show taking place after Legend of Korra with twin Earthbender avatars sharing a
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
And this is trash animation right there. That is trash animation.
I want to hear that. I don't want to hear
from a studio that was giving us solid gold animation before. This is so yeah. Yeah, no. I think this is going to come out and not even be talked about. King of the Hill. I'm not watching it. Anybody here watching it? No. Okay, moving on.
I haven't watched it since we went off there.
Okay. We've got a official story trailer for Wolverine game. I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it either.
I haven't watched the new one, but I know enough. I'm actually excited for this game.
And you know what? You're the person on access denied.
What you said no?
Said no. You said no.
I misclicked. I misclicked.
Why don't you just go to YouTube? Just go to YouTube and pull it up.
All right.
Everybody knows that you're 106. You should be ashamed of yourself lying to the public. You're lying to the public.
I said, "Are you older than 17?" And you clicked no.
I was just clicking to do. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm actually
Adam is 15 years old.
I wish I could redo so many good things in my life.
My God.
Anyway, this is the here. Where's the that? This is the. It's not listing the one here. The story here it is. Here we go. 3 days ago, story trailer 148. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so I was saying that Beardo, you're the one I'm gonna watch play this to see if it's worth my time.
Yep, I'll be playing it day one.
Because I after Spider-Man 2, I just don't have the goodwill for Insomniac. I just don't. So I will be checking you out playing this. So here's the story trailer. I haven't seen this. I believe this is the right one. Here we go. Oops, muted.
Logan, it's me. Wait.
Jean revealing.
Does not look as bad as the last gameplay that we saw.
Changed here.
Something has
changed.
Yeah, and boobies should be bigger though.
Boobies should be bigger.
Should be bigger, but okay.
I'll take titty.
Yeah, she's not hideous anymore. She's not hideous.
She doesn't look terrible.
Yeah.
You came back. I've seen things before.
Humans and mutants can't survive together.
I've tried to keep them safe for so long.
Fucking brat.
Yeah, let me just go. I got to comment again. She's attractive.
Yeah. Did somebody wake up and read the comments and say, "Can we make Jean hot?" Did some? Because this is not what we saw a couple months ago. Am I having a stroke?
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Okay, yeah. I'm just making sure that the old man eyes are not fit. Hold on, wait a minute.
Bring him out.
You already know what it's time for.
Put on the glass.
Hang on now. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yes, it is confirmed. That is not the same polys that we saw before.
That's
absolutely
feminine, attractive. Yes.
Yeah.
And so far, so it looks like this is some sort of post mutant purging. It looks like.
Yep.
And clearly, Logan's abandoned people. It seems. It looks like Logan abandoned everybody.
Logan isn't even going to be a part of the X-Men yet.
Okay.
I thought you were back.
Oh, Sabretooth. Damn. What am I doing
here?
It's
Jed.
Sabretooth looks great.
Yeah, these designs look pretty good.
That's Jed with blonde hair.
We're doing this again.
Ain't Jed? That's Jed. I'm certain of it. That's Jed with blonde hair. Praise Jesus.
That would be horrible, Ginger Norseman. Day one patch make her ugly.
Oh, that would be crazy work.
Ooh, Sentinel.
We're going to build a future for mutants. That is why you belong here.
Oh, Lady Deathstrike. Lady Deathstrike.
She looks like shit.
Yeah, there's the
Well,
hands look good.
Angle. You got a better angle. I think the Reaver arms look really good. I like the Reaver arms.
Yeah,
I'm talking about her appearance.
Oh, face.
Maybe
her
because
face.
she's gotten older.
Her
maybe
face.
Maybe she's not as maybe she's older, not young. Himiko, I don't know.
Tear the beast. The hunt is ready.
Most people I see clearly, but you.
All right, I gotta ask this: do you think we're gonna get an actual Logan Jean love story out of this?
They have to.
They're hinting at it.
Damn. Man,
I'm
that's
okay with
scratching the
that.
little
I would
boy
like
itch in
that.
here.
Yes.
Back in the day.
I like that. Yeah,
Man.
I like that a lot.
Man, no Scott in the way. No unintentional threesomes. Thanks, Modern Marvel.
Oh Lord.
All right. Oh, there's
rewind.
There you go. That's
What kind of Omega Red is this?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I need a better shot. I need a better shot. Very, very Doc Ock arm like though.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very Doc Ock like.
Just give in.
I gotta say though, these are proper Wolverine villains though.
Yep.
These are proper Wolverine villains. So they're getting that right.
Remember who you are.
Oh, that's pretty hardcore.
That was pretty badass.
Melting his skin off to show the adamantium on his on his skeleton. That's hardcore, dude.
Yep.
That's really
pretty
hardcore.
Dope.
Yeah.
Just can't let a man rest in peace, can you?
All right.
All right, here's my problem.
That's a good
I've already
trailer.
pre-ordered Blood of the Dawnwalker for that week. I've already got a game I just bought. So damn you, Insomniac.
That looks pretty good.
Damn,
obviously that's a a story trailer, but I like what I saw.
But we've seen gameplay trailer.
So
we know the gameplay looks solid as hell. We've already seen gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And one thing to be said, for all my talking about Insomniac and loss of goodwill, Spider-Man 2 was still a 10 out of 10 gameplay. That gameplay was still top tier.
Yep,
Incredible
absolutely.
play. Shit. I didn't want to hate it, but I didn't want to be lured in right now.
It looks good. It looks good. And we know Mr. Sinister is going to be involved. So I don't know if you guys noticed in that trailer in the beginning when he puts the claws into the thing behind Jean, his eyes were glowing gold, and at the end his eyes were glowing gold as well.
Yeah, he had yellow irises here. Yeah,
I think there's going to be some type of Mr. Sinister mind control manipulation going on, conflict with Wolverine.
That'd be cool.
Damn.
Look at that regret. That regret is
I'm being seduced and I don't like it.
You are. They're rolling them old panties down. Ooh.
But unfortunately for me, I can't immediately drop those draws because, like I said, I've already got a game I'm buying and streaming. I'm streaming Blood of the Dawnwalker that week, and I can't buy more than one game at a time right now. So, damn.
Looks good.
Yeah. Fuck.
I can guarantee you are going to be forced to play as Jean Grey.
And now she's hot. I don't care. She's hot now. I'm fine with it.
Yeah. What the heck?
You're going to be forced to play as Jean, and you're probably going to be forced to play as Mystique.
Well, here's the difference of being forced to play as Mary Jane and Powerless Miles versus being forced to play as Jean and Mystique. Jean Grey. Oh, so I'm going to psychically rip people apart.
Yeah.
Okay. Mystique. I'm going to do acrobatics and ninja kill people with guns and knives, probably. Okay. And if Jean looks hot, I'm kind of thinking they're going to make Mystique look hot too. So I'm okay with it. I'm not going to complain. Damn.
And Mystique is going to be stealth, and how you're going to have to stealth your way is you're going to camouflage yourself with people in the rooms and stuff. That's how the gameplay is going to work.
That's pretty nice.
Going to be your stealth missions is Mystique.
I like that. That's creative.
Adam, let me tell you what's going to happen.
What?
You're gonna start prostituting yourself on the corner so you can get enough cash.
I'm moving to a nicer neighborhood. I can't prostitute myself on the corner.
Gotta start selling that old Jew body. You gotta get out there and just start throwing it. Good grief.
I just don't. Damn, Insomniac. Damn you, Insomniac. Oh, they make good looking games and make good playing games, and if you make them look pretty and make this look as hardcore as it is, shit, man, I think they might have a winner here. Damn. All right. What is this? I don't know what that is. All right. Oh! I'm excited for this. Alien Fireteam Elite 2. We looked at this a few weeks ago.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yes,
that game
four-player co-op.
Yeah.
Four-player co-op. And it looks like they're adhering to tribal xenomorphs, reds, yellows, whites, shit like that. So we might be playing this co-op game, wise. And it's coming out end of the month, end of August. Again, I can't get it right away. So this is one of the ones I want it to come out, and I wanted to hear if it's doing really well. And then let's invest and maybe get some co-op games going. So I'm excited for that one. What else we got here? Spaceballs. I know a lot of funny Spaceball stuff happened, and there's a lot of goodwill for that. But I this is something that I might have cared about 30 years ago, and I don't care about.
Yeah.
You know. But
no John Candy, so you know what I mean.
Yeah, they do a tribute here, clearly. All right, Resident Evil, the movie. Beardo, you're our RE guy here. How do you feel about this? I haven't
seen the new trailer.
Okay, all right. You know what?
But I did hear a little bit about what's his name, Zach Krieger. I did see some of his comments on it that I didn't love.
I mean, I go for you for this comment because you are a hardcore RE guy, and I don't play the games and stuff, so I have zero knowledge for proper comparison. So you're not feeling this so far, and who makes this movie? Do we know who made this movie?
I don't know. I don't know the movie studio. I just know the director. The director is Krieger. Zach Krieger.
See, I don't want to risk getting hit because I don't know who made the trailer. So, but if you're not feeling it, I'm
gonna see it. I'm gonna watch it. It takes place in Resident Evil, whatever. There was early reports that it was gonna take place during Resident Evil 2 and 3, just a side timeline. But then we're looking at it because that takes place in 1998. But yet they're using smartphones and there's snow. And if you know anything about Resident Evil, during Resident Evil 2 and 3, it's not snowing in Raccoon City. And you hear Zach Krieger's like, no, this is just a story that takes place in the Resident Evil world. And I like snow and horror movies, so I'm doing snow and it's modern day. So, like, a lot of creative liberties being taken with this movie. But he said that he's a big fan. Zach Krieger said, he's a big fan of the series, big fan of the franchise, wants to make a faithful movie, but it's his own Resident Evil movie. So I'm like, what direction are you going with here? Why can't they get
this right? Why can't they seem to get this right between TV and movies?
Hey, fellas,
games are so good.
I'm gonna have to peel out.
All right. Yeah, we went a little overtime here. That's fine.
Yeah, the boy is calling me. So
all right.
Go.
Dre.
Good to see you, brother. Chat, y'all been great. Do those great YouTube things. Like, comment, subscribe, share. All that wonderful stuff. I'll catch y'all.
All right. See you next week, Dre.
Later.
All right. So let's just wrap this up real quick. So
I'll see it. I'm gonna see it opening weekend, but I have my cautions about it.
Yeah. All right. We've already talked about Clayface movie. Clayface movie. Blah blah blah. What's this? Who cares about Walking Dead?
Yeah, that's dead.
Seth Green stuff. I don't care.
Cool.
Whatever. What's this? Street Fighter. Okay, I'm looking for a Street Fighter. I am. I think Street Fighter is going to be fun. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think it's going to be. It knows what it is, so
right.
That's going to be fun. I am curious to see how his Bison's going to be, but that might be the only hiccup. So, but that'll be a fun one. I don't know what that is. Adventure Time. Wow, I thought we were done with Adventure Time. What's this? Johnny Depp. I'm glad he's back, but I'm just not interested in another retelling of Christmas Carol. I'm just not. So
yeah,
but good for him getting his life back. Good for that.
Yep, good for Johnny Depp, and I'm sure he's going to crush it as Ebenezer Scrooge.
He's a chameleon. That's his art. He can transform into anything and put on an outstanding performance. So I'm glad he's doing this. I just wish it was something else that I could be excited for. That's Superman versus Homelander versus Kratos. Oh, this is just not even anything.
Okay.
X-Men 97 season 3. Have you been watching that?
So I need to go back and watch season 1 again. I remember loving season 1, but I watched the first episode of season 2 and I'm like, I'm lost. What is happening? So I need to watch season 1 again to
Dre's been enjoying
get caught up.
He's been liking it.
I've heard great things. I've heard it's great.
Bo DeMayo is not involved from this point forward, and he's the one that made it good, apparently.
Yeah,
So
but
that's the
I've
question
heard
on
that
season
season 2 is also really good. So maybe some of the people that were under Bo DeMayo and
he did season 2. He did season 2. It's season 3 where he's not involved now. So they're moving on now after season 2. That's the question mark.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
Dre says season 2 is good. So
yeah.
Eddie Brock's going to be Venom again. Whatever. That's all fucked up. Amazon Prime is an exclusive Batman video game set to launch alongside Batman Cape Crusader season 2.
Is it Rocksteady? I don't want it to be Rocksteady. Honestly, I've been hearing a lot of rumors about like an Arkham remake, that they're going to remake Arkham Asylum and Arkham City and just like those two games specifically remake it. Leave it alone. They're perfect. They already tried to remaster it and they fucked up the remasters with the Return to Arkham. Do you remember the Return to Arkham they did a few years ago? And they fucked up the remasters, man. The originals are still better.
That's the thing. Some things, just leave them alone.
Yes.
Just leave them alone.
Yeah.
So, and if you're pairing it with Batman Cape Crusader, nobody's watching that shit.
Red flags.
Red flags immediately. Nobody cares about Garfield anymore. Dead franchise. I don't even know. Fuck Green Day. A new Indiana Jones comics. It's no.
Okay.
This is just stuff. And I think, we're at the bottom here. That's all the major stuff. So there you go. And there might be some extra stuff today, but it's everything's kind of rounding itself out today. So overall, I think Comic-Con does what it always does. It has garnered excitement for certain things. It has laid the groundwork for things coming out, and it's Comic-Con. It's Comic-Con. So you get good with the bad, or good with the I'm not interested, and the hype, of course, since last night has been all the MCU stuff. But that is what it is. I'm surprised there's no Spider-Man stuff with the movie a week away, though. I'm a little surprised at that they didn't talk any Spider-Man to give it a little more hype. But when $650 million, what more hype do you need? So
yeah. I mean, the big things for the MCU, it's Ghost Rider. I mean, cool. You're doing a Black Panther. You got a new T'Challa. That's great. But the big thing is just Ghost Rider. Still no news on Blade. I mean, what's his name? Feige already said he feels like a fucking loser because he couldn't get Blade right. How do you fuck up Blade?
We just talked Blade 2 last night on Drive-In. Jed had never seen it before. It's such a simple formula. Blade, vampires. Vampires do something hinky. Blade kills everybody.
Yep.
Simple equation.
Yeah.
Simple equation.
And you can't even get it right. And you had the perfect actor to do it.
Mahershala Ali is an excellent actor, and he can do physical. He can do physical choreography as well. But he aged 6 years since signing up for it. So,
they casted him in 2019.
Yeah, so he doesn't want to probably do it anymore. And they lure him in with multiple, you can have writing credit here, producer credit. And no, he walked. That's what it was. He walked, finally, to do probably less action-oriented roles at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he aged out of it, unfortunately.
Yep. Wesley Snipes could probably still do it, though.
And he would love to. He would love to do it, too.
Just eliminate Blade Trinity and we'll be happy. Anyway. And with that, though, with just 2 men left standing, we're done.
Just us.
Anyway, we're just us. Anyway, Peter, everybody knows who you are. You got anything interesting coming up?
Nope. Have a great weekend, guys. Thank you for being here and hanging out with us. You guys stay safe out there, and thank you for watching.
Yeah, as for me, Spider-Man review next week. With the move coming up, as I've been saying, my content is a little drawn back as I'm doing a soft reset of my algorithm, thinking about doing new things. So that's kind of the focus next week. Anyway, so thank you, everybody, for being here. We hope you had a good time. Show up by hitting the like button, subscribe to everybody's channels, and we'll catch you guys next time. Until then, take it easy, everybody. Go. Damn it.